Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Georgetown Eagle Football live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp, along with my good friend, as always, Michael Francis. Michael, going to shake your hand, man?
Yes, sir.
Good to be back up here in the Eagle Nation house tonight. Happy Friday night. A beautiful night here if you love the rain. September the 14th, Friday Night Football, live and well here from Georgetown, Texas. Again, I'm Rob Hipp, your play-by-play radio announcer, alongside my color analyst, Mr. Michael Francis. Tonight, it's the Georgetown Eagles right back here at home hosting the South San Antonio Bobcats. This is a Georgetown team, Michael, that's 2-0 early here in preseason play, if you will. Tonight is the third game, then the fourth game after the bye week versus Stephenville. Then we'll finally jump into district play. South San Antonio enters tonight's contest to 1-1. They opened up with a win in their first game. The second game at Harlingdale, a loss. You know they're going to be hungry for a win here tonight on the road and in the rain, my friend.
In the rain in Georgetown, Texas, over an hour away from home. So it's going to be a wet ride on the bus back home.
Well, Michael, we were here at home last week. Georgetown struggled a lot of penalties in that ball game for Georgetown, something they're definitely going to have to improve on here tonight. Waco also, though, had penalties as well. It was really a penalty-marred game, if you will, and that's where Georgetown's really going to have to improve. You know, we talked to Coach Jason Dean at the coaches show on Wednesday night, and he talked a lot about the penalties. The running game, though, for Georgetown has been off to a great start. Jackson Seosin is looking great through 2 games. The offensive line and everyone pretty much remains healthy. Just a few stingering type of injuries, but nothing too major for this Georgetown team, and we hope and pray that that'll stay the same throughout the entire season. But, Michael, your early take on these first 2 games, now the third game tonight here from Georgetown.
Well, like you said, this is the pre-district season, and we have 4 of them. With a 6-team district in 11-5A. And this is where you want to work out all the bugs, the kinks, the mistakes. This is where you want to perfect your game. So Georgetown goes into Wiley, handles business there with a sounding victory. Established a solid running game last week versus Waco High. Xavier Torres really being dominant, handling the ball for the Georgetown Eagles. So Georgetown through the first 2 games is sound if they can just get away from the mistakes.
Well, for Georgetown, starting off on the offensive line tonight, the right tackle, number 54, Danny Lopez. Right guard, number 52, Alex Thill. The center, number 55, Zane Haas. At left guard, number 58, Kevin Espinosa. The left tackle, number 50, Connor Heffernan. And then the tight end, and also moving into that H-back spot, number 31, Chris Martinez. We're looking at the skill positions tonight. Again, these are the anticipated starters for Georgetown. 2 wide receivers listed here. Number 3, Isaiah Fillmore. Number 15, Corey Coleman. And then slot receivers, 2 of those. Number 20, Dylan Cahill. Behind him, number 7, Andrew Denyer. And also at slot, number 11, an SHN Georgetown Eagle player of the game earlier this season, number 11, Noah Drum. Then we talk about those running backs that you just mentioned, Xavier Torres, X as they call him. We call him X-Man up here in the booth. And number 21, Xavier Torres. He was also the SHN Georgetown Eagle player of the week on the offensive side this past week versus Waco. Number 8, Javante Rodan, and number 22, RJ Moreno. We will see anticipated all 3 running backs, so it's good to see RJ back out on the field. Had a chance to talk to RJ's father at the tailgate, and he was talking about things looking good for RJ. Of course, here tonight, hopefully not going to have to see him run too much. It's
right.
A game you really got to be careful because of the rain out there on the field. As we look at the defense, the end, number 6, Mason Meyer. The nose, number 90, Tyler Knowles. The bandit tonight, number 4, Colby Cummings. As we look at those 3 lining backs, number 5, Matt Anderson. Playing in the Mike spot tonight, number 37, Taylor Bell. And at that will spot, or Taylor Bill, beg your pardon, at that will spot, number 40, Jack Sheenman. Also, if they need him behind him, number 45, Johan Salas. In the secondary, the 2 safeties, number 43, Nate McMillan, number 18, Gage Leggett. And also the nickel, number 38, Nick Petter. 2 corners tonight, number 17, Taco Williams, number 16, Elijah Clough. We'll talk more about these players as the game goes on. Michael, your early thoughts before we kick off. We are just about 4 minutes as the Flying G is blown up and the Georgetown players getting set to run across the field. Michael?
Well, Georgetown is going to have to handle the ball, and they're going to have ball control. It's going to be wet, so you may not see Jackson Seosin putting the ball in the air that much tonight, as much as they'll be working it on the ground. So you're going to have solid hands from Javante Rodan and Xavier Torres and Jackson Seosin. Jackson Seosin had 50 yards rushing last week himself on 15 carries. So ball control is going to be the name of the game tonight.
Well, Georgetown going to have their work cut out for them here in this ball game against a hungry 6A team from South San Antonio, the Bobcats. As we look at Georgetown again, Georgetown 2-0 here in District 11 5A Division I under head coach Jason Dean. In the first game of the season, they defeated Wiley in Abilene 31-7, and then just last week defeating Waco here back at home 17-7. The defense giving up only 14 points. You've got to be happy with that here. And actually, I take that back. The defense has only given up 7 points this season because one of those was a return kick. So we talk about that. So the defense doing a great job here for Georgetown. The offense early in this season putting up a total of 42 points. South San Antonio Bobcats at 1-1 in 6A District 27. Back on August the 31st, at home they defeated McCollum, not McCallum, McCollum High School 27-7. And then at Harlandale, which is a school there in San Antonio, back on September the 7th, 17-7. Next for Georgetown, they'll have the bye week. Then they take on Stephenville. Then we move into district play, Michael. But we're excited. Going to be a fun one here tonight. We'll step aside, take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle football. Friday Night Lights on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue in just a few moments.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly, win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Knight, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill, slot receiver.
This is Gage Leggett, defensive back, and you're listening to Georgetown Eagle Football on SHN Sports.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly, win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Knight, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill.
Well, welcome back to Georgetown Eagle Football live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp, joined by Michael Francis. We are about to get started. The national anthem, just saying moments ago, Georgetown tonight will be in their blue jerseys with gray pants, the numbers in white. They will be wearing their Eagle blue socks. For South San Antonio, the Bobcats in 6A, they will be in white jerseys, white pants. Their numbers will be in blue. So kind of a flip-flop here is Georgetown, you see them sometimes wearing the same colors of the South San Antonio Bobcat team on their away games. So that's how it's going to be tonight. So, Mike, set for a good one here. We're just about to get started. We appreciate everybody joining us. Remember, first quarter action brought to you by E-Teaching Me. We appreciate E-Teaching Me, providing educational services for all children, parents, and educators to help in developing a successful foundation for learning. You can visit them online at eteachingme.com. Michael?
Yeah, we're looking for an exciting game tonight. The Bobcats will be receiving the football to start this thing off tonight.
The officials meeting right now at the 50-yard line, discussing things. To go over the synopsis, and I did want to start, as we always do here on SHN, we want to send our thoughts and prayers to all of those being affected in the Carolinas this evening from Hurricane Florence. There has been a lot of rain. Luckily, though, that hurricane didn't hit with as much force as they thought, but because of the upward motion, that water has nowhere to run, and some areas now already receiving 10-plus inches of rain. Michael, some areas will receive over 40 inches of rain, so they'll definitely need our prayers, and a lot of folks helping to clean up over there over the next few days.
Absolutely. And speaking of prayer, Rob, police officer up in Fort Worth was shot in the line of duty and needs your prayers. He was shot in the head. Officer Garrett Hull, lift him up in your prayers.
We will do it, and we are about to get started here from Georgetown, Texas. It's the Georgetown Eagles hosting the South San Antonio Bobcats. 79 degrees here on a Friday night at 7:34 p.m. The humidity a sticky 85%. The winds may be a little bit of a factor at 8 miles an hour, but more so it is the fact that we've got overcast and rain here all night tonight. Two are set back to receive for the Eagles. And if we've got things correct here, that may be Noah Drum and Elijah Clough, if I'm not mistaken, Michael. We'll wait to get those official numbers. Actually, I beg your pardon. Let me restart here, Michael. Georgetown will kick off from right to left, and it is two back to receive for South San Antonio. Steven Cifuentes is one of those. Received at the 15, running over to the left side, and he'll be brought down just outside of the 30-yard line. At the 31, it was Cifuentes, the wide receiver junior, wearing number 88. And the Bobcats will start this game going from left to right. We're underway here from Georgetown, Texas on a Friday night, partner.
So excited about it. EFND.
So South San Antonio will break out of the huddle here. And it'll take us a while to get acquainted here. We didn't have a lot of prep work, unfortunately, for this team. Couldn't find anything. Rio Haas, I believe, is the quarterback, and on a 1st down and 10, he'll hand off to his back from his own 31 and stop for maybe a gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9. Mason Meyer coming up with a tackle there for the Georgetown Eagles.
Yeah, that defensive front for Georgetown is got their work out for them tonight, but they are powerful at stuffing the run, and that seems to be the predominant attribute of this Bobcat team.
2nd down and 9 from their own 32. Riojas will hand off to his back. He's got room on the right side across the 50. Now the 40 into Georgetown Eagle territory. What a gain on 2nd down into the hands of the running back. It was number 22, Ivan Sanford, the 5'8", 180-pound senior, coming alive early for the Bobcats of South San Antonio in Eagle territory. But Michael, the reason he may have did it, we've got Laundry back at the 32. This one's coming back, partner.
Right, and that's a huge, huge mistake right there. That's going to be a holding penalty. Oh, chop block. Thought I saw one official give a holding signal.
So that is coming all the way back. There was 2 penalties on the play. The first one was declined. They accept the second one. And
they offsetting penalties.
Oh, it was one against each other. Thank you.
Yes.
So it is offsetting. We'll replay 2nd down. Again, 2nd down and 9. South San Antonio has it on the Georgetown 32, 11-14, just underway. No score here from Georgetown, Texas.
That pitch out jet sweep to the right.
So again, 2nd down and 9. Riojas from his own 32 is going to hand this one off. Or did he keep that? I couldn't see. He may have kept it and ran up the middle. If any case, he's got it up to the 37-yard line. And it was actually into the hands of his wide receiver, Raimundo Hernandez. Let's talk about the South San Antonio team. They've got a good running game, but they come into this game, Michael, only 1 for 7, if I'm not mistaken, from passing. They are -5 yards in a passing game. This is a team that does not pass the ball.
Right, so you can look for them to ground and pound all night long.
3rd down and 4 from their own 37 this time. Trying to run it over to the left side, and he'll have a first down near the 40. It was Riojas on the keeper. There as he runs on the left side from left to right. He will have the first down all the way up to the Bobcat 49-yard line. Well, we talk about Riojas. That's going to be one of the players you're going to have to keep your ear on if you're listening later on after midnight. Keep your eye on once that video is released of this ball game. 10-16, no score, just underway here from Georgetown High School at Birkelbach Field. Georgetown Eagle football presented by the Oak Ridge Disciple House. 1st down and 10, South San Antonio on their own 49. Tight formation, 2 receivers up to the left. The pitch back to the back as he dives forward across the 50 into Eagle territory. That was Wilson, the ball carrier. Naham Wilson, the senior 5'7", 165 running back. Good little pickup there. He got it near the half-century mark. They're going to mark him down right at the 50, Michael.
Really is, and they're really a platoon effort so far for running the ball, as I don't think they've given it to one person twice in this series of downs.
2nd down and 9 from the 50. Quarterback under center is going to hand off to his back right behind him, powering his way forward across the 50 now over to the 44-yard line. It was Ivan Sanford getting his 2nd carry of the night, and he'll be stopped just a couple of yards short of that first down. It'll be 3rd down and a short 2, and that ball appears to be resting on the 43-yard line of Georgetown. So the running game early effective here. 3rd down and a short 2 on the Eagle 43. And the handoff here on the right hash mark, running his way forward, plowing through a few defenders of Georgetown. Another first down to the 37-yard line. The ball carrier, Raimundo Hernandez, again. He's seen the ball a couple of times tonight, and this is a very fast offense, Michael, that switches running backs just as fast as I can blink.
Well, they keep a tight formation, and if they do not do any passing tonight, I would think that Georgetown may consider putting a 4-man front and stuffing the box.
So that ball on the right hash mark as South San Antonio started this drive on their own 31. They're now on the Georgetown 37. Is Riojas under center. He is going to hand off to his back, angling his way near the numbers on the right side. And the ball carrier there able to move the ball up to about the 32-yard line. It was Nick Petter with the stop. Petter's been effective this season for Georgetown, doing a great job on defense here, but Georgetown's got to find a way to stop this running game early.
They really do. I mean, it's their forte, and you know that coming in. So I know Coach Dean's got them prepared. Georgetown only giving up 1 offensive touchdown on the season.
Under cloudy skies here, rain in the area, no score, 7:48 to go in the first. 2nd down and 6, South San Antonio on their own 33. Fumble down near the 30,
Looks like
and Georgetown thinks that they have the ball. And that may be the call. The Eagles come off, and the Blue Storm defense getting the first takeaway of the night. It was Matt Anderson and company coming up, getting Georgetown the ball back on offense. What a play by the D.
Well, that's exactly what we've talked about. Ball control is going to be the key of the game tonight. The field's wet. These footballs are wet. If you can hang on to it and win the turnover battle, you're going to win this game, most likely.
Georgetown will start out here 1st and 10 on their own 29 from right to left. Siosin in shotgun for the Eagles. Seosin will tuck and run, has all day, throws this one, and it is into the hands of his receiver, spinning around on the left side, across the 50, coming up huge for Georgetown. It was Dylan Cahill all the way to the Bobcat 42-yard line. What a gain on the first play. Seosin coming out striking. Quickly back in offense. 1st and 10, Seosin on the Bobcat 42, nobody behind him. This time the pass into the hands of Xavier Torres, and X-Man trying to bring it forward just in between the numbers on the left side. He'll be brought down at the 34. Another healthy gain. Bring out the Campbell soup early, baby. Georgetown coming alive on the passing game to get things started, Michael. 2nd down and 2 from the Bobcat 34. Seosin shotgun. 2 receivers up to the right, 1 to the left. Seosin over the middle, and it's in and out of the hands at the 20-yard line, incomplete to his intended receiver, Chris Martinez. Tough break there for Martinez, Michael, as he had a good look at it there.
He really did, and Seosin hit it right in the numbers, and it's just in and out of the hands of Chris Martinez.
Martinez coming into this game only 1 for 1 with 10 yards. 6:52 to go, no score. 3rd and 2. Seosin on the Bobcat 34. Man in motion from right to left. Passes over into the flats, into the hands of Dylan Cahill. Cahill angling his way to the left side. He'll be brought down near the 25. 1st down for the Eagles as they continue to rumble here early.
Tell you what, Rob, I'm really impressed with Dylan Cahill and his moves. Once he has the ball in his hands, he's had some spin moves to break away from some tackles and get extra yardage.
A drive that started on Georgetown's own 29, now on the Bobcat 27 on a 1st down and 10. Seosin in shotgun, 1 receiver to either side. Seosin takes the high snap, hands off to his back. Running up the middle is R.J. Andale Moreno, and Moreno will pick up a gain of 2. He did have 1 carry last week for only 1 yard, gets another one here. It'll be 2nd down and 8. Good to see R.J. out there.
Yes, it is.
Georgetown lines up here on a 2nd down and 8 on the 25 of the Bobcats. Seosin shotgun, has a man in motion. Now that back moves in to his left. 2 down on the left, 1 up top. Seosin holds it, now passes, and the reception is caught at the 20, but he is drilled into the hands of Noah Drum on that right side, just in between the hash and the numbers.
Outstanding effort by Noah Drum to keep that ball in hand.
5:57 to go, no score, 3rd down and 3. Georgetown has it on the Bobcat 20, now in the red zone. Seosin shotgun, 3 receivers to the left, nobody up high. Seosin gets it, passes over into the hands of Noah Drum. Pum, and he will go in. And did he get the touchdown? They say no, he stepped out of bounds. My goodness, he was tight-roping the sidelines. Michael, he'll be down at the 7. It was a good effort, though, by Noah.
Great effort, but it was the right call. He stepped on the line.
There is Laundry, though, back at the 20. They're going to call a hold against the offense, and it's going to come back anyways. Tough break for Georgetown. They made a lot of penalties last week. They already had 1 earlier. It was offset, though, but now this one will count. Georgetown's got to get their mental focus here in this 3rd game of the season.
Yeah, that one that was earlier was on the defense, which we haven't seen very many defensive penalties called against Georgetown on the season so far.
Chris Martinez will head back over to the sidelines. Now it's going to be 3rd down and long instead of what was 3rd down and manageable. Georgetown will lose 10 yards on that penalty to the 30-yard line. 3rd down and a long 13 from the Bobcat 30. Seosin, nobody behind him. Full spread here. 3 receivers to the right. Passes over to the left, lowers down, and it's incomplete at the 25. It was into the hands of the intended receiver, Corey Coleman. That'll bring up an early 4th down for the Eagles. I expect them to go for it here, though, Michael. They're in that no man's land.
Right.
So again, Seosin, they line up. I doubt they're going to pooch punt this one. Seosin in shotgun, 4th down and 13 from the Bobcat 30. 2 receivers to the right. Seosin steps back near the 40, has all day, throws it over, right side, has his man, has the 1st down at the 9-yard line. What a play by Georgetown into the hands of Noah Drum. So Michael, Noah says, I didn't pum my drum that time, but right here, I'm going to get the 1st down. What a play by Georgetown.
Great effort. Great effort by Noah Drum to reach out to make that grab. Good job by Seosin to get it there.
First down and goal from their own 7. Seosin shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, 1 on the right. Has a back to his left. Seosin going to pass over the middle. Has his man for the 7-yard touchdown right up the middle. I believe that was Martinez, who checked back in moments ago.
Yes.
And it was Martinez, a 7-yard dagger right through the middle. The Eagles strike first. Michael, that drive starting on their own 29. What a play by Georgetown. Give it to them. Eagle fight, baby.
Eagles set up, go for 2. Seosin out on the pass, and he finds Dylan Cahill in for 2 points.
So Georgetown a little trickeration as they go, and Cahill with the 2-point conversion from the reception. Thank you, Michael. And Georgetown's got an 8-0 lead. Boy, what a drive for Georgetown. They drive it down the field, several big passes in a row, and able to cap off that drive on a 7-yard touchdown pass to his receiver there, starting on their own 29. What a job by Martinez, man.
Excellent first drive by the Georgetown Eagles, and Coach Dean with the confidence that he has in his quarterback and his receiving core. Outstanding job by the Georgetown offense.
First quarter action brought to you by eteachingme.com, and of course, tonight's game, as always, presented by our friends at the Oak Ridge Disciple House.
The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based Christian character building ministry that helps men age 18 and older overcome substance abuse addiction through a well-planned and structured program. If you or someone you know is struggling to overcome their addiction, the Oak Ridge Disciple House can help. Please visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Thank you to Joshua Harris and the Oak Ridge Disciple House for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports.
Matt Diaz will kick this one from right to left at the 5:27 mark. And South San Antonio has it across the 40. This young man is on fire from his feet, and he will bring it into Georgetown territory, angling outside of bounds on the left side. It was Steven Cifuentes turning on the Rockets tonight, and they'll have excellent field position, the Bobcats, deep inside Georgetown territory. They'll mark him out near the 39. And Michael, do we have... Nope, there's no flag out there. He'll have the ball all the way down to the 39. Man, that is great field position for San Antonio starting out, partner.
It really is. Special teams making a name here for the Bobcats.
Riojas in a tight formation on a 1st down and 10. And Georgetown may have had another fumble recovery. We'll see, and they do. The Blue Storm again on a 1st down and 10. Riojas elects to try to keep this one. He fumbles it, and Georgetown with their 2nd fumble already of the night. Wow, the Blue Storm defense on a night, Michael, where we have storms in the area.
Right.
Georgetown doing a great job so far early on D with 2 takeaways.
Football on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Ricky Poe, owner of Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry specializes in custom jewelry, bridal, watches, repairs, appraisals, and our buyers are gold, silver, coins, and more. Georgetown Jewelry since 2013. Drop by the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown or visit them online at georgetownjewelry.com.
May have been Augusto is the one that fumbled that ball. Thank you, Galen. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Georgetown. They've got it on their own 40-yard line here on their 2nd possession of the night. The handoff up the middle, and the Eagles will push forward. It was Xavier Torres all the way up to the 49-yard line. So this drive will start out for Georgetown, their 2nd drive of the night on their own 40. The Eagles lead 8-0, 4:55 to go, clock ticking. 2nd down and a short one from their own 49. Seosin in shotgun, 1 receiver to either side. High snap, Seosin going to pass across the middle, has his man, has room to run across the 20, still on his feet. It's Noah Drum yet again as the water trickling behind his feet. He's all the way down to the 12-yard line. The Eagles passing game continuing to rock and roll, my friend.
Really is. Steven Cifuentes in on the tackle, but Georgetown just running it down their throats.
1st down and 10 for this 5A Georgetown Eagle team. Now in the red zone on the 12-yard line. Seosin shotgun, going to throw again. No, it's a handoff to Torres, and Torres will angle his way in between the right hash and the numbers. He'll be brought down for a healthy gain on 1st. It'll be 2nd down and looks like about 5 or 6 from here.
Excellent play action on the part of Jackson Siosen there, Rob.
Siosen, 2nd down and 6, got the ball on the South San Antonio 8. 2 receivers to the left, 1 up to the right. Has his back behind him is Torres. And Siosen will pass across the middle, has his man. It is another touchdown, and it is Noah Drum on an 8-yard touchdown reception. The Eagles are flying tonight, baby.
South San Antonio does not have an answer for the Georgetown passing attack. Georgetown lines back up in their little trickeration play there, Rob.
Yeah, they've got a set here that's hard to describe, but only 2 front linemen here, and Siosen will step back, throws across the middle, and he catches it at the O of the Patriots. Wow, what a play as it was tipped around, and a great grab there by Noah Drum. Noah Drum had the touchdown and now has the 2-point conversion, but is this one coming back?
Maybe a defensive penalty.
And it is, and Georgetown will keep it. So another play by Georgetown, a 2-point conversion, and the Eagles now lead 16-0. You know, Coach Dean and the Coaches Show talked about this Georgetown team that is an explosive team. And he said, we just haven't seen it yet. The offense last year was explosive, Michael. This year they're explosive, and now we're finally starting to get to see a little bit of that action.
They really are, and he's taking advantage of it in this inclement weather, showing the confidence that he has in his offense. Outstanding drives. The first 2 drives have been scoring drives for the Georgetown Eagles.
Unbelievable, and the first 2 drives for South San Antonio have resulted in fumbles here on a rainy night on Georgetown Eagle football, presented by the Oak Ridge Disciple House. This first quarter action brought to you by eteachingme.com. We appreciate you, Kristen Miller.
Minuteman Press in Georgetown is a proud sponsor of the supporter of Georgetown Eagle and Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. For all of your design, printing, and promotional needs, Minuteman Press is your one-stop shop for all of your marketing products and services. Minuteman Press can be found online, www.mmptx.com. Thank you to Ty Gibson and Minuteman Press for your generous support in helping and making these broadcasts possible.
I know Ty personally, Blake Nicholson helping out over there as well. Wonderful folks here in Georgetown. In fact, got a lot of our printing needs over the years done there at Minuteman, as well as Waterboy Graphics. Thank you for your generous support. Michael, after that play, the defensive play on the 2-point conversion, Georgetown will kick this one off in Bobcat territory on the Bobcat 45.
Yeah, this should be a little pop-up pooch kick.
Matt Diaz set to kick this one away from the 45, and it is. And they go for an onside kick, but the flag flies. It goes out of bounds anyways. And Georgetown trying a little early season antics here as they've got a comfortable lead. And this one is going to be they may have moved before he kicked it. We'll see if that's the call, Michael.
Now that flag went up as it went out of bounds, so.
Early stats here for Jackson Siosen, thanks to Galen Welnicki. Jackson Siosen, Michael, get this, 9 for 10, 126 yards. He's already got 2 touchdowns. We're only at the 352 mark here in the first quarter.
Wow. Outstanding effort by Siosen. Great job on his receiving corps in making all those receptions.
Well, wait here. It's kind of hard to see these numbers. It may be Augusto now as the quarterback, and he will hand off to his back, and his back has room, angling to the left side across the 50 and finally out of bounds. A nice run there on the play by Augusto. Augusto is a player that is their star, that can run the ball. The problem for South San Antonio, and as the season goes along, they have got to get a passing game established.
That's right. You're one-dimensional, and everybody's going to key on that.
The running game has worked for him, Michael, but the issue is they fumbled the ball twice. But as you just said,
costly turnovers, yeah.
Yeah, it's one-dimensional. You've got to find something here. First down and 10. They've got the ball on the 50. Pitch back to Caleb Wilson, and Wilson on the left side. He'll be brought out of rounds around the 40, but flags fly yet again. We'll see if this is a hold against the offense. It came back in the secondary, though, Michael. We'll see what the call is.
Well, it definitely wouldn't be pass interference, and it wouldn't be a lineman downfield.
Yeah, it was kind of weird that the back judge there threw it, and it will be against Georgetown.
Personal foul, hands to the face.
So a drive here that started for South San Antonio. Where'd they start that ball at? On their own 50? Or
I think it was the 45.
Yeah, around the 45 is where they started.
Yep.
So they'll give him the 9-yard run. The 15-yard penalty will bring the ball up to the 26 now for South San Antonio. Tight formation here. A handoff right up the middle. We'll continue to see that running game. Plows his way forward to around the 21. And hard to see who comes up from that pile there, Michael. It's going to take us a while to get adjusted
it really
up here.
Is.
In any case, it will be a healthy run on first down. It'll be second down and a short 5. The ball now at the 21 as South San Antonio knocking on the door of the Georgetown Eagle defense in the red zone.
Well, they got their hands full with Tyler Knowles right in the middle. 6 foot, 265 senior.
South San Antonio will break out of the huddle. And it is Augusto as quarterback. And he will try to run it up the gut. Did he hand that off? My goodness, it's hard to see.
He kept it.
He did keep it on the keeper, and he's not able to scramble for anything. It'll be third down, no gain on the play. 2:44 clock running. Georgetown leads 16-0 here in this opening quarter of Friday Night Lights.
Gage Leggett read that one all the way.
And because there's not an established passing game, we're really not seeing any receivers line up hardly at all with this South San Antonio team. Everybody bunched up now because I said that. They bring 2 down to the right side. On a 3rd down and 5, the ball on the Georgetown 21. Augusto again will hand off, this time back over to his back. It was into the hands of Nahum Wilson, and Wilson will be dropped for a loss. The Blue Storm defense forcing a 4th down, and we'll see if South San Antonio will attempt a field goal here. They line up to do so.
Be a 32-yard attempt.
Be Jose Crispin, the 5'10", 130-pounder. From 38 yards. 38-yard field goal attempt from the left hash. The ball is up. It has the distance, but it goes wide right. No good on the play. A 38-yard field goal attempt. No good by Crispin. And another flag back there at the 31. My goodness. You don't want that, because that, if it was something against Georgetown, that could be detrimental.
Yeah,
the Eagles, though, are clapping.
Yeah, the defense is staying on the field. So maybe they're going to move them back.
Now, a couple of the Georgetown Eagle defensive players clap, but, yeah, they're still out there on the field. Oh, no. It sounded like they said roughing the kicker, Michael. But wouldn't that be an automatic first down? Normally, I thought it would be, but instead it's a 5-yard penalty. It's going to be 4th down and 1 now. So it may have been running into the kicker, but yeah, there's a 5-yard penalty, and now South San Antonio is going to go for it here. They've got the running power, and Georgetown's going to call their first timeout wisely at the 1:33 mark. The Eagles lead 16-0, but Michael, yet again, another penalty costing Georgetown here, even though they've got that 16-0 lead.
Right. We want to take a moment and recognize Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair supports Georgetown Eagle and Eastview Patriot football in Georgetown. For general maintenance and automotive repairs performed by ASE certified techs, drop by Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair next to Mel's Lone Star Lanes. You can visit them online at georgetownautorepair.com. Thank you, Joe Bob, and with Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair for your generous support of high school football in Georgetown.
Joe Bob coming on as a sponsor here. Friends, we have many sponsor opportunities still available this season. Please email Rob, that's R-O-B, at SHNsports.com. We'd love to get you a shout-out over the air, and these games are archived all the time. Again, Rob at SHNsports.com. Michael? As South San Antonio will break away here from that timeout. 4th down and 1. Augusto in under center. Look for him to keep it here. Georgetown showing the blitz. Augusto is going to hand off to his back, and he may be stopped. We'll see if they give him the forward progress. The early indication is yes, he did get the first down. South San Antonio saying yes, they have it.
I think it's close enough. You got to bring the chains out.
And no, the officials don't bring the chains. And it is a first down for South San Antonio. Michael, we don't see the chains a whole lot here in high school, and it's something I think we need to see more. You know,
right.
First year of broadcasting, we saw it quite a bit in the last 2 or 3 years. I haven't seen the chains maybe but once.
Right, yeah, that's as close as that was. I'm surprised that they didn't bring them out.
Well, a penalty now gives a first down after the run on the Georgetown 16. Handoff. Not sure if that was a handoff or the quarterback again tried to go up the middle.
Yeah, it was a handoff. Tyler Knowles right there to shut it down. Number 12.
It was Hernandez there, Martinez on the carry.
Hernandez.
Fullback. Oh, yeah, Hernandez, beg your pardon. I wonder if it is Jacob Martinez. We've got 2 number 12s.
Maybe it is.
It may be Martinez there, and we apologize. There's 2 number 12s on the roster here. Raimundo Hernandez is a wide receiver at 12, and then Martinez. It may be Martinez there. That 12 spot is the fullback.
It may be. So we apologize if there is.
They're both the same height and both the same weight, basically. Second down and 10. Ball remains on the Georgetown 16. And this time over to the left and angling his way out of bounds. The carry there by Raul Augusto. And he will be stopped for a decent gain on second down. It'll be third down and about 5.
What you're seeing so far from the Georgetown Eagle defense is the progression as this game goes along. The Bobcats are one-dimensional. They're not passing the ball, so those long runs they were getting in at the first of the first quarter are now much shorter.
Third possession here for San Antonio. Their first 2 resulted in fumbles. This one started on their own 45, and with 19 seconds to go, they trail 16-0. It is third down and 5. They've got the ball in the Georgetown 11, and a timeout is called here by South San Antonio.
I'll tell you what, they've got their hands full with this Blue Storm defense.
We'd also like to thank our friends over at Pregame Insurance Group, Mr. Doug Groves. Pregame Insurance Group, located in Central Texas, is an insurance provider servicing clients in all 50 states. Pregame Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs and help you manage potential risk. Offering a wide variety of insurance products for business and personal needs, Pregame Insurance Group has you covered. For more information, visit them online at www.pigbcs.com. Thank you to Doug Groves and Pregame Insurance Group for sponsoring Georgetown Eagle football and SHN Sports, and Michael also providing us with insurance here at SHN.
Right.
You know, what goes around comes around. So
thanks to those good people.
Those guys are great. Gene Lawhorn, our agent over there with Doug Groves. And we'll see what Georgetown can do here. They've got to stop this run. Third down and 5. Augusto has the ball on his own 11 under center, and he will elect to keep it here. Finds a little bit of daylight to the right side, and he will pound his way forward, lowering his shoulder as he was angling to the right, and he'll have the touchdown at the Eagles' S, an 11-yard keeper by Augusto, and the Bobcats will finally get on the board with 13 seconds to go.
Well, he managed to evade some tackles, and some arm tackling by Georgetown up high allowed him to get through and into the end zone. That's what a penalty will cost you when you have them in that fourth down situation and they wide right a field goal attempt, and you give them another shot and give them a 4th and 1.
They're going to call another timeout here. They were about to kick a extra point. Crispin was lined up. We'll step aside and take a quick break as well. 13 seconds to go. Fourth quarter action far away. We're in the first quarter. The Eagles lead 16-6. We'll be right back here on SHN Sports.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
We appreciate Trennis Jones and the Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas. Galen giving us a little fun fact here. Jerry Vance, one of the most successful coaches in the area, used this formation to win many games at Liberty Hill here in this triple option offense. Well, it's worked tonight. And here, going for two, will be South San Antonio. The pitch back, and Augusto this time is going to be stopped. The two-point conversion, no good, and the Eagles will hold on to that 10-point lead. Michael will keep it right here in the waning moments of this Kristen Miller eTeachingMe.com first quarter. I was thinking of health, man, because I was eating a lot of bad food today, so I'm trying to think healthy.
Right. I actually did pretty good today. I was telling my wife I had to do an inspection today at Sprouts, and so I just picked up lunch there. I got some New England clam chowder and rotisserie chicken.
Sounded good. You're getting me hungry, man.
Yeah, it was good, but I got to tell you, it's kind of disappearing on me now. I'm kind of missing that hamburger from the tailgate that Nathan took advantage of.
Nathan up here in the booth helping us as well. Thank you, Nathan. Galen Welnicki. We got a little short staff here tonight. Is David England in Colorado. I know you're listening in, partner. Going down there and doing a nice memorial event, I believe, in Colorado.
Yeah.
So we appreciate David, Georgetown fireman here, and taking care of business in Colorado, man.
Memorial to honor fallen firemen.
Well, 13 seconds to go, first quarter. South San Antonio scored moments ago on that 11-yard keeper by Raul Augusto.
Also missing Joshua Harris.
Appreciate you, Josh, all the things you do. Crispin will kick this one off from left to right. It'll sail high up into the air. Georgetown will have it at the 32, diving forward near the 40 on that right side hash mark, and finally a short gain. He'll have it around the 38-yard line. The return in there for the Eagles. It went into the hands of Amias Dar. Maybe Amias Dar.
Sounds good either way. Amias.
We'll just call him A-Money.
Well, yeah.
So A-Money bringing it up to the 38. Georgetown will have it for the third time tonight. They'll be able to get a playoff here before we move into the second quarter. Seosin will be in shotgun, first down and 10 from their own 38-yard line. Two receivers to the left, one up. Instead, he's going to hand off to Moreno, and Moreno is going to be stuffed in the backfield for a loss of maybe one or two, and that will wind us down through the first quarter. Michael, so through one, Georgetown leads by 10, 16-6. We'll keep things right here.
That tackle made by number 42, John Gonzalez, as Torres was sweeping to the outside, to the right. So a great first quarter for the Georgetown Eagles as they put up 16 on the South San Antonio Bobcats. Coach Jason Dean electing to shock the Bobcats with the passing attack of Jackson Seosin. Some outstanding numbers from Jackson Seosin in the first quarter.
Well, both teams had 5 first downs in that first quarter of action. Georgetown rushed South San Antonio rushed 19 times for 47 yards. Georgetown carried the ball 4 times for 13. No passes, no surprise there by the Bobcats of South San Antonio. Georgetown passed for 126. 9 for 10 was Seosin. Total plays 19 for 47 for South San Antonio. They haven't even tried to pass once yet. Georgetown 14 total for 139. And South San Antonio turning over the ball twice. Second down and 11. Action changes here from left to right. Seosin from his own 37 has great protection. Seosin across the middle has his man at the 30 into Bobcat territory. What a catch on the play. It was Corey Coleman. Coleman all the way down near the 30-yard line. They'll mark him down as he catches that one right up the middle around the 27-yard line.
Outstanding hands by Corey Coleman. Big receiver for the Georgetown Eagles.
Second quarter action brought to you by Courtney Home Inspections. We'll get more to Chris Courtney here in a minute. First down and 10. Georgetown now in the Bobcat 27. Seosin, 2 receivers to the right, 1 up top. He'll hand it off, and a little misdirection by Torres, and Torres will run it up the middle after a little slip and dip, if you will, and he'll have it down to around the 23. It'll be second down and a long 6 for the Georgetown Eagles. And we see R.J. Moreno back onto the field now for the Eagles. Cahill will line up here on the right side. Second down and 6. threatening the red zone now at the 23 here at the 11:08 mark in the second quarter. Georgetown leads 16-6. Seosin has Moreno behind him. Man in motion is Moreno now. And instead he will hand off to Torres in a spin move, but Torres will only get one. Michael, I thought he was going to break out of that spin and be able to take it up, but great job by the defense.
He looked like he was going to. He got some big middle linebackers that picked him up off his feet.
Well, again, second quarter action brought to you by Courtney Home Inspections. If you're buying or selling a new house and need a home inspector, visit our good friend Chris Courtney, CourtneyHomeInspection.com. Third down and 5 from the Bobcat 22. Seosin has it, 2 receivers to the left. Seosin stutter steps, now throws, has the first down at the 15. A dagger right into the hands. I believe it was...
I think it was Cahill, but I can't...
Yeah, it was Cahill. Dylan Cahill, Dakota's little brother, says, I'm going to do what Big Brother did, but I'll do it better in the receiving game. You remember Dakota was a star running back here at Georgetown several years ago, and the Cahill bloodline running thick here in Eagle Blue Country. In the red zone now, first down and 10 from the Bobcat 15. Seosin shotgun. Has Torres as his back to his right, 2 receivers to the right. Torres is going to misdirection his way back up the middle. Torres still on his feet, plowing through 2 defenders. He's got the first down at the 4. Torres, baby, doing it tonight.
I know we've talked about this before, Rob. Excellent field division by Xavier Torres. He's handed the ball, runs to the left, realizes he has no hole, pops back to the right, and heads right up the middle of the field and picks up extra yardage.
Michael up here telling you what's up. And RJ telling everybody what's up here in the Georgetown Athletic Complex Stadium. First down and goal now from the 4. Seosin, high snap, hands off. X is going to X his way forward, and this time the Bobcat defense will stop him. Maybe no gain, maybe 1 on the play. You know, Xavier, our Georgetown Eagle Offensive Player of the Week last week, and he talked about this. I wanted to mention this. He talked about it. He goes, you know, I'm a senior. I'm 5'9". I'm only 155 pounds, but that really tricks people because they think I'm a little guy. He uses that to his advantage. Second down and goal from the 3. From top to bottom, Drum in motion from right to left. High snap again. Seosin's going to hand off again, and this time Torres is drilled in the backfield for a loss on the play. It'll be third down and goal.
Yeah, Marquise Summers coming off the end shut that play down. He was fortunate enough to get that ball handed off to Torres without those 2 busting up that play.
And they called a penalty against Georgetown on that play on the offense. Another penalty hurting Georgetown as they were inside the 5. That'll move the ball all the way back now. Michael, looks like they've got it spotted around the 13.
10-yard penalty on the Eagles.
10-yard variety. We don't want that variety.
We don't want that variety.
Second down and goal now from the 13. Seosin looking to pass up the middle, in and out of his hands of Noah Drum at the Eagles' L in the end zone. As he threw a dart, and Noah Drum, maybe a little rain on his gloves, wasn't able to haul that one in. Incomplete in the end zone. It'll be third down and 13.
Yeah, he was covered pretty well by the safety.
8:36 to go here in the first half. This time an empty backfield. All spread out for the Eagles on a 3rd and 13. Seosin in shotgun. And we may have a timeout on the field, and we do. That is a timeout by the Bobcats, and they've used their last timeout now here at the 8:36 mark. Georgetown leads 16-6. Second quarter brought to you by Courtney Home Inspections. Chris Courtney, check him out online if you need a home inspection. CourtneyHomeInspection.com. And Michael, as always, Georgetown Eagle football presented by our good friends at Oak Ridge Disciple House.
Yeah, Josh Harris is doing a great work at the Oak Ridge Disciple House. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based Christian character building ministry that helps men age 18 and older overcome substance abuse addiction through a well-planned and structured program. If you or someone you know is struggling to overcome their addiction, the Oak Ridge Disciple House can help. Please visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Thank you to Joshua Harris and the Oak Ridge Disciple House for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports.
Wanted to mention I'm a Rotarian, very honored to be in that organization now since, I guess 2004, 2005. And Joshua Harris will be my featured speaker as I have the program this coming up next Friday, and he'll be talking about Oak Ridge. 3rd down and goal from the 13 for the Eagles. Siosen shotgun. Torres behind him is the back. 3 receivers, trips to the left. Siosen steps back, great protection, corner end zone, and he has his man. Did he hold on to it? It is a touchdown, angling to the corner, almost overthrew him, but into the hands of, yet again, Noah Drum, hauling in his 2nd touchdown of the night. What a pass by Siosen.
There was nobody within a mile of Noah Drum. No one. Another 2-point conversion. Siosen delivers.
And they've got the 2-point conversion there on the corner. Is that a pass or a handoff?
It was a pass, and that was, I believe, Corey Coleman.
Yep, Coleman getting into the action now. Man, this passing game for Georgetown, and we'll have those stats and more, but you got to talk about these Eagles here at the 8:30 mark. Michael now leading 24-0, or 24-6, beg your pardon. In this ball game, they have done a fantastic job on the offensive end. Penalties, though, are still a problem for the Eagles, but they're fighting through it tonight.
Georgetown showing a lot of poise and a lot of confidence on offense.
Jackson Siosen now 12 for 14, getting close to 200 at that 181 mark here in this ball game. Thanks to Galen Welnicki, as always, for keeping up with the stats for us tonight.
Our statistician extraordinaire.
The legend and the statistician. He stuck his tongue out at us.
I'll tell you what, folks, you haven't lived until you've taken a ride on a 3 to 4 hour trip with Galen Welnicki. The stories you can hear from that man. Knows a lot about Texas high school football over the years. He is a wealth of information.
Total leather here for Georgetown from left to right, and this ball will go out of bounds for an illegal procedure. That'll give South San Antonio decent field position starting out here, as the kicker for Georgetown there just kind of lost it. Matt Diaz, Luis Diaz's little brother, a little too far there to the left side, Michael.
A little too far. And I tell you what, South San Antonio has their hands full with this Georgetown front. This defensive line is really controlling the line of scrimmage versus the Bobcats.
Shout out to my good friend Misiel, saying congratulations on moving to broadcasting full-time, praying the transition as smooth as possible. Best wishes. We appreciate you, Misiel. If anybody else out there has a shout-out, we'll have that number, so stand by. You can send us a text message. But for now, back in action. 1st down and 10 for South San Antonio. They've got it on their own 35. And yet again, the keeper here still on his feet. Wow, plowing his way forward. A healthy gain of 5 to the 40-yard line up the middle. It was Raimundo Hernandez. And, boy, he used every bit of that body of his to power his way forward. Or was it Martinez? It was Martinez again. Beg your pardon.
Yeah, the fullback, Jacob Martinez. And I tell you what, he's got some powerful legs. Short and stocky, and he drives.
I said earlier that he was close, and the receiver with the same number. He's not. He's 25 pounds heavier. You saw him there doing a great job. In motion here, a handoff on 2nd down and 5 from their own 40, running it on the right side hash mark this time. And another 1st down. It was Jacob Martinez again on the ball carry.
And I'll tell you, he's got some strong legs, because he just gave Tyler Knowles a ride for about 3 yards.
You don't give Tyler Knowles a ride anywhere.
I thought Tyler had him about shoulder high at the line of scrimmage and looked like he was spinning him around to throw him down. But Martinez just drove and carried him about 3 more yards. And that's saying something, because Knowles is a big man, and he is a tough defender.
1st down and 10 from his own 46, as the handoff on the pitch sweep to the back goes to the right side. It was Ivan Sanford on the ball carry, and he'll pick up about 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 at the 49. Gage Leggett on the tackle. Appreciate Bobby Rogers and the Bobby Rogers family. They're our 4th quarter sponsor. We'll get to them and talk more about them as well, but wanted to go ahead and, because Gage is Bobby's grandson, that got me to think about Bobby. We appreciate you, Bobby. 2nd down and 7. 7:08 to go from their own 49 here in the second. The handoff as the back tries to run up the middle and punch it, and he's near the 50. It may be. Georgetown at first thought that they had stripped it. They finally brought the running back down at the 50.
They stacked him up. He wasn't going anywhere.
And finally coming off the bottom of that pile, Martinez again.
He's a little powerhouse, that's for sure.
So the drive that started out on their own 35-yard line, they're now at that half-century mark right at the 50 on a rainy night here in Georgetown, Texas. Little tropical moisture from the Gulf of Mexico. Thankfully didn't turn into a big tropical storm. 3rd down and 6 from right to left. Again, up the middle. This time, it is the keeper, has room to run. Crossing over the 20, has all day across the 10, angling to the near side, and it is a touchdown on the keeper, Raul Augusto, on a 50-yard quarterback keeper. My goodness, when he turns on the juice, I don't even know what to say, man. The juice starts flowing, brother.
I tell you what, they had a trap on the left side and then ran power through there, and Augusto with the keeper, and he got through untouched, and he outran the Georgetown defensive backfield to the goal line.
Broke through several early defenders and was able to penetrate that defensive line, got around the secondary as he angled his way into that left corner, and they'll go for 2 here, trailing 24-12. A pass, and it is no good, incomplete on that corner. The intended receiver out there for the South San Antonio football team wasn't able to hold that one in. Good job by the defense.
Yeah, I don't see a number. It's number 19 on his jersey, but there's no one on the roster with that number.
They don't pass that often, so they probably just left it off. Hey, but in all seriousness, a shout-out to our friends in South San Antonio. We appreciate you. I know there's several Bobcat listeners tuning into this broadcast, so we wanted to say our special heartfelt thanks to all of those in South San Antonio. Thank you for supporting your football team and joining us here from Georgetown, Texas. Michael?
Georgetown Jewelry. Football on SHN Sports is brought to you in part by Ricky Poe, owner of Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry specializes in custom jewelry, bridal, watches, repairs, appraisals, and are buyers of gold, silver, coins, and more. Georgetown Jewelry since 2013. Drop by the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown or visit them online at georgetownjewelry.com.
Appreciate Ricky Poe. I know Ricky well. Thank you, Ricky, for your generous support. Augusto so far 6 carries for 81 yards. Martinez has 11 carries for 41. 122 yards total now in that running game for South San Antonio. The 6:12 mark, trailing 24-12. And they will kick this one off here. It's Crispin from right to left. A low line drive kick, takes a roll, and Georgetown able to field it on the left side near the 20 in between the hash marks. Coming around, trying to stiff arm a defender as he goes, and he's finally slammed down near the 30. The return there by Elijah Clough, but he was cloughed as he tried to turn it upfield, but just had to keep coming towards us here on the right side and finally brought down a short gain. He'll have it around the 28-yard line.
Well, it'll be interesting to see this Georgetown offense come back out on the field. They haven't had to punt yet, Rob.
It's their 4th possession of the night. Every possession tonight for Georgetown been an effective offense, although marred by some penalties. They have found a way to score on every possession tonight. We'll see if they can keep that alive, and also every possession, a 2-point conversion has been good. 1st down and 10 from their own 28-yard line. Siosin in shotgun, 1 receiver on top and bottom from left to right. Siosin going to roll back over the center, has his man into the hands of his receiver, and it is R.J. Andale Moreno. Moreno will have it up to the 29. A decent gain of a catch on 1st down. It'll be 2nd down and 6. Solis with the tackle. Well, hey, if you've got a shout-out, we'd love to hear from you. Text us at 512-522-9105. Again, that SHN text line open, 512-522-9105. South San Antonio showing blitz on a 2nd down and 7, and Georgetown has it, spinning his way forward, and a great run there by Javonta Rodan, and Rodan will have a 1st down as he went to the left side in between the hash marks and the numbers to the 40-yard line. 1st down for the Eagles.
That's his first carry of the night.
quickly back in offense at the 40 on a 1st and 10. And Seosin will hand off. And again, it's Rodan gutting it up the middle. He'll have it to the 46-yard line, and the Eagles continuing their fast approach on offense here, leading 24-12 at the 5-minute mark in the second quarter.
Well, Rob, he did a little bit better than the granola bar game.
We talked about that last week.
Right.
Empty backfield here for Seosin on a 2nd down and 4 from his own 46. Seosin stands around the 40, all alone, drops the ball. Seosin dives on it and luckily able to get there. You know, the rain got to it that time, and that unfortunately will lose him back to the 41. It'll be 3rd down and 9.
Big loss of 5 right there. As Seosin lost the handle on the snap.
Martinez will head back over to the sidelines for Georgetown. 3rd down and 9, Seosin from his own 41. One back behind him, 2 receivers to the left. Seosin going to pass. He has someone coming. He's hit from behind, and he loses that ball as he throws it. It's incomplete around the 45-yard line. The intended receiver was Noah Drum. Seosin didn't see that young man coming. Chasing him was John Gonzalez, the linebacker. We jinxed it. Now Georgetown has to punt for the first time tonight.
Elijah Kloof in to punt for the Georgetown Eagles.
Kloof set back to punt this one away. And set back to receive is Steven Cifuentes. On a 4th down and 9 from his own 41. And actually, Kloof will punt this one from the 25 by the time it gets back to him. The snapper, Alex Till, gets it over to him. This is a low arcing punt. It will take a Georgetown bounce right into the hands at the 35-yard line of Johan Salas. And that is where the South San Antonio Bobcats will start their possession of the night. The 4th possession, Michael, here in this Courtney home inspection, second quarter. Georgetown football presented by Oak Ridge Disciple House.
Well, definitely the one thing that Georgetown doesn't want to do is give up another explosive play to Augusto.
Talked about Augusto earlier in this ball game. Already 6 carries for 81 yards. The quarterback under center. He's got 1 receiver to either side. Don't expect a pass here on a 1st down and 10 from their own 33. A pitch back, though, on the sweep to Sanford. And Sanford goes to the right hash mark. A healthy gain of about 7 to the 41-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and manageable here for South San Antonio. As Colby Cummings comes back on a defense for Georgetown there.
Augusto did a great job on selling the play action, and then he pitched out. And the bulk of the Georgetown defense took the bait.
3:42 to go. Eagles lead 24-12. South San Antonio with the ball on a 2nd down and 2 from their own 21. And a keeper here by Augusto, if I'm not mistaken. In any case, it'll be a 1st down to the 45. Closing in on Georgetown territory, of course, across the 50. And it was Augusto there on the carry. Well, penalties early for Georgetown. Their first 3 possessions all resulting in touchdowns with 2-point conversions that were successful. Their 4th possession moments ago, they had to punt it away, Michael. And for San Antonio, they scored on their last possession. Of course, that 50-yard run by Augusto on the keeper. 1st down and 10 from his own 45.
On the ground.
And the ball is back on the ground again. And Georgetown thinks that they have it. And they do. The 3rd fumble of the night. The Eagles defense blue storm in rain and all with their 3rd fumble recovery of the night. Wow.
Tell you what, if there's been a struggle with Augusto, it's been on his ball control. That's the 3rd time that he's fumbled the snap or bobbled the snap, and this one goes to the ground. Outstanding job by the defensive front to get on the ball.
Unfortunately, not able to see who was on that fumble recovery for the Eagles. Georgetown will have it here. 3:06 to go. The offense returns for the 5th time tonight. Seosin leading this time. Excellent field position starting on the San Antonio 44. On the left hash mark, left to right, the Eagles go. Seosin in that Eagle blue jersey and gray pants along with his teammates. Empty backfield. Seosin standing at the 50. 2 steps, throws over the middle, incomplete. Around the 30, flags fly. That's going to be a defensive interference. Noah Drum tried to go into it, and that may be defensive interference on South San Antonio.
I think it was. He took his legs out from underneath him as he was going up for the ball, and it wasn't in his hands yet.
Steven Cifuentes plays on the offense as well. He's called with that pass interference, so it'll be an automatic first down for the Eagles. They'll should have, that's just a spot foul, isn't it, Michael?
It'll be a 15-yard penalty.
15-yard penalty, that's correct.
15-yard variety. Oh, wait, he's moving him back.
The variety.
The variety. Okay, I'm confused here the way he's going.
Well, the official went all the way down the field, then came back to around the 35.
He went 15 and brought it back to 10. All right, so it's a 10-yard variety there.
I don't understand that because the ball was at the 44. It should be at the 34. They placed it on the 35, though. First down and 10 from the 35 for Seosin in territory. Hands off to his back. It's Torres, and X will bring it across the 30 up the middle to the 29. Georgetown leading by 12 with 2:52 to go, 24-12. Michael?
I'll tell you what, other than that one bad snap, Georgetown has controlled the ball control game for sure.
On a second down and 4 from the 28 or 29, handoff again up the middle here. Georgetown will get the first down, marking him down at the 25-yard line.
Xavier Torres on that carry. Well, Rob, if we don't, window's really starting to fog up now due to the temperature differential. We need a squeegee.
R.J. Moreno comes in as the back behind or to the right of Seosin. X is to the left. Moreno in motion from right to left. Two receivers to the left. And the handoff to X coming back to the right side. Diving, lowering his shoulder at the 15, but unfortunately there is Laundry back in between the 30 and the 25. This may be a hold on Georgetown. We'll wait to see the call.
Holding.
It is. My goodness. Deja vu. They call that holding on the offense there. It was Daniel Lopez, the 6'3 offensive lineman senior from the Eagles. Georgetown's got to clean it up. There's no other way to describe it, Michael. Chris Martinez, the running back, heads back onto the field for Georgetown. He'll line up in the back position. Noah Drum to the right side. Two receivers up to the left. One of them is Dylan Cahill. And the other one up there to the left is Corey Coleman. First down and 20 now from the San Antonio 35. Low snap, Seosin able to hold it. Passes over to Drum on the right side. Drum now on the right, hash marks to the left he goes. In between, dodging defenders at the 15. Drum across the 10, now the 5, angling his way out of bounds. What a catch and run again by Noah Drum to the 5-yard line. They'll mark him down near the 4, maybe the 5, but what a play again by Noah Drum.
Man, outstanding effort that Noah has. He got that ball in his hands and was able to maneuver and make things happen where he got extra yardage and almost got to the end zone because he reversed the field and he had him in chase.
Yeah, he was coming over to the right side and dodged through 3 or 4 defenders. It'll be first down and goal from the 4 now for the Eagles. Seosin shotgun. One back to his right, one behind him. He hands off to that back is X, lowering his shoulders up the middle, and a 4-yard touchdown run by Xavier Torres. X-Men and the Superstars staying alive tonight takes the lead 30-12 at the 150 mark here in the second quarter.
Georgetown mixing it up with the pass and the run, and it looks like this time they're going to bring in the field goal unit.
So for the first time tonight after a touchdown, Georgetown will set to kick this one as an extra point field goal attempt. And that is Diaz set back here from 20 yards. The holder is Seosin. Snap back to Seosin, the hold down, and that field goal is up through the uprights and beautifully done. Georgetown leads 31-12 here in Eagle football presented by the Oak Ridge Disciple House, in the second quarter action brought to you by Courtney Home Inspections. Michael, I'll send it over to you, partner.
I'd also like to take a moment to recognize the Minuteman Press. Minuteman Press in Georgetown is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle and Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. For all of your design, printing, and promotional needs, Minuteman Press is your one-stop shop for all of your marketing products and services. Minuteman Press can be found online at www.mmptx.com. Thank you to Ty Gibson and Minuteman Press for your generous support in helping make these broadcasts possible. We'd also like to thank Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Supports Georgetown Eagle and Eastview Patriot football in Georgetown as well. For general maintenance and automotive repairs performed by ASE certified techs, drop by Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Next to Mel's Lone Star Lanes, you can visit them online at georgetownautorepair.com. Thank you, Joe Bob, with Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair for your generous support of high school football in Georgetown.
Two set back to receive this kickoff will be Fabian Navarro, I believe Navarro, and also Cifuentes back to receive here as Georgetown will kick this one away from left to right. We got a special guest in the house, man. We'll get to Greg Corrales in the house here tonight, man. Good to see you, Greg. Sneaking up on us, and Greg's always welcome. Of course, father of one of the many legends here at Georgetown, Bo Corrales. This kick from left to right, it will sail to the right side, fielded at the 25, into the hands of South San Antonio, still on his feet over to the right side, in between the numbers and the hash mark, and finally brought down at the 30, and it's another one of those young men that we don't have the name for, number 81 for South San Antonio. Michael quickly here. Siosin now 14 of 17, 215 yards through the air tonight. Noah Drum has 6 of those for 119. Pa-rum-pum-pum-pum, baby, bringing Christmas early here to Georgetown, Texas.
Doing an outstanding job tonight. Outstanding.
5th possession of the night for San Antonio. They'll start on their own 30-yard line. Of course, the last play resulted in a fumble, or the last possession from their own 33. Again, under center is Augusto, who's had the ball all. He's going to look to pass here. A rare pass over to the right side, and it's up, and it's intercepted at the 45. The Blue Storm defense with their 4th takeaway of the night, making it rain, baby. It's Elijah Clough with that interception. Wow.
4 turnovers.
3 of them fumble recoveries and now an interception. And for South San Antonio, it's tough. And their first attempt at passing tonight and their second attempt at passing all season results in an interception. Unbelievable.
Well, that's probably why they don't go to the pass, Rob. That would be my guess. And coming into this game, they were negative 5 yards. And as of now, they're still negative 5 yards.
6th possession for Georgetown tonight. They'll start this one on their own 43 at the 132 mark. The Eagles lead 31-12. Siosin shotgun standing just inside his own 40. Steps back looking, has a man chasing him up over the middle in between the hash marks. That one's almost intercepted at the 20. The intended receiver for the Eagles was Isaiah Fillmore, and Ryan Solis breaking it up.
If he would have just led a little bit more, he would have made that a completion, and that would have gone for a touchdown, or at least a foot race to the end zone.
2nd down and 10. Ball remains on the Georgetown 43 from left to right. Siosin shotgun, 2 receivers on the bottom. On the right side, it's Drum from right to left, and the pass is over to Drum, who just ran up, and Drum is going to be stopped this time for a loss on that pass near the 40, but flags fly in the secondary, and we'll see if this one's on the defense. More than likely it is, and we may also have an injury timeout here on the field. We'll step away as well. Don't go anywhere, folks. 1:19 to go first half. Georgetown leads 31-12, and Georgetown Eagle football presented by the Oak Ridge Disciple House will continue right here on SHN Sports.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas Movement, to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Knight, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill, slot receiver.
This is Gage Leggett, defensive back, and you're listening to Georgetown Eagle Football on SHN Sports.
Back in action here from Georgetown High School as we pick up right where we left off. Rob Hipp alongside Michael Francis, 1:19 to go. Georgetown has it 3rd down and 14. The penalty waved off there, and it's from their own 39-yard line. It's Torres up the gut, now to the left side. Torres powers his way forward using that 5'11 frame and the small stature of 155 pounds to say, you know what, I'm still going to trick you, and I'm going to bring it up for a first down to the South San Antonio 44. And another flag in the backfield. And a hold against Georgetown, and Michael, it's coming back.
And it's just, you got to get past these mistakes. You can't be doing this. Fortunately, Georgetown has a big lead, but you still don't want to be sloppy.
It's been a problem for Georgetown last week versus Waco here at home, and then tonight I'm eager to see what those penalty yards are at the end of this one. Again, what ended up being 3rd and manageable now turns to a 3rd and 24. You don't want that variety bag of penalties, and now it's back to the 31 of their own territory. So 3rd down and 24 from his own 31, and now whistles blow here. Seosin looking from left to right, wondering what in the world is going on, and there was no flag. I think the officials just want to talk something over here, maybe get a clock reset.
The difference being, Rob, in what we're seeing compared to last week we saw ton of false start penalties hurting Georgetown. This week we're seeing multiple holding calls.
It's kind of some of the things you work on during practice to protect, and then now it's a whole different bag of penalties.
Solid performance by the offense if they can just get beyond making these kind of mistakes.
1:13 to go, second quarter. Georgetown leads 31-12, 3rd and a long 22 from Seosin's own 31. Has a back behind him. 3 receivers now to the right, 1 up top. Seosin is going to hand off. Torres spins his way around, still on his feet. He was dropped initially, looked like would have been a 2-yard loss, and X is able to bring it up to the 33. It'll be 4th down and long, and Georgetown is going to have to punt this one away for the second time tonight.
Tackled by number 92, Brandon Garzas. Big defensive end for South San Antonio Bobcats.
Well, the same offense is still out here. Georgetown's not lining up to punt this one just yet.
Letting the clock wind down.
The play clock is at 9, the game clock at 34, so they will let that run down as we tick down below the 30-second mark now. The play clock at 1. Georgetown now going to call the timeout. That will be their second timeout. They'll have 1 left. The Bobcats have none left. And at the 26-second mark, Georgetown leads 31-12, but they'll have to punt this one away on their 6th possession of the night.
Well, let's take a moment and recognize Pregame Insurance Group. Pregame Insurance Group, located in Central Texas, is an insurance provider servicing clients in all 50 states. Pregame Insurance Group is designed to fit your insurance needs and help you manage potential risks, offering a wide variety of insurance products for business and personal needs. Pregame Insurance Group has you covered. For more information, visit them online at www.pigbcs.com. Thank you to Doug Groves and Pregame Insurance Group for sponsoring Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports.
Thank you to Doug Groves. Thank you to Gene Lawhorn, our insurance agent over there, keeping us insured. So I hope I'll never fall down the steps here at Georgetown. You know, we're lucky here. We got Michael, we have the elevator, man, so I wouldn't want to have to walk up all these steps of this beautiful facility here at Birkelbach. And good news is we're not going to have to wait until the end of this game to get that penalty number. Galen Welnicki, the legend behind us. Georgetown 6 penalties now for 50 yards in this first quarter, or first half. So Georgetown here will punt this one away. It's Clough on a 4th and 20 from the 33. He'll punt it from the 20 from left to right, barely gets it off, and nobody back, and this will take a healthy Georgetown Campbell Soup Roll down to the 24-yard line of South San Antonio. And with 14 seconds, I think they're just going to take a knee here in the rain.
You would think that they would. Defense comes on the field. So they're set to burn off these 14 seconds.
And they will line up here, hopefully to take a knee. And no, they're going to actually try to run this one around. A little misdirection handoff to the back, and he'll bring it up on the left hash mark for just a gain of a couple, and that will wind the clock down. I don't think they're going to try to get one more play off. And so at the end of the first half, Georgetown, another penalty-ridden first half, 6 penalties for 50 yards, but the Eagles do maintain to score 4 times. They've punched it in 3 times for for 2-point conversions, able to kick a extra point in, so that's where we end up at this 31-12 mark. Michael, your early thoughts on this one. Of course, the penalty's a problem for Georgetown.
Penalty's a problem, but ball control has been an even bigger problem, and it's been a problem for the Bobcats. Not for the Eagles. It's what we talked about at the first of the game. The key to the game would be ball control, being able to manage the ball in this wet weather. You're seeing the receiving core of Georgetown able to catch these balls. Jackson Seosin is putting it right on the money. We've had one bobbled snap from Jackson, and he was able to fall on it, so no turnovers. Georgetown winning the turnover battle 4-0. Outstanding performance by Georgetown. Just got to manage the penalties, Rob.
Well, we'll have halftime stats and more. We're going to step aside, take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, friends. Georgetown Eagle football on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue in just a few moments. We'll be right back. Thanks for staying with us here as Georgetown leads 31-12.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Knight, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill, slot receiver.
This is Gage Leggett, defensive back, and you're listening to Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports.
Well, Rob Hipp back up in the broadcast booth alongside a familiar face and a good friend here from Georgetown, Texas. And here, unfortunately, have to be here because of some hurricanes there in the Carolinas. But I'm joined by Big Bo Corrales, man. So, Bo, good to have you back at home here in Georgetown, man. What has it been like so far? Now a sophomore there at UNC playing Division I football. And, you know, young man, watching you grow up here and play basketball, but then your passion for football continued and now playing for a well-recognized school. What's it been like, man?
I mean, it's just been a head rush. Definitely, the first year was definitely a challenge, just trying to pick up the offense, trying to learn everything that I could. But kind of settling in now this year, now that I'm a sophomore, and then just trying to fit into my role on the team and trying to do the best I can for the team. So it's definitely exciting.
Well, one thing with you, Bo, especially here at Georgetown, it's always been team first. It's always been camaraderie. You know, watching you play on this field right here for many years, we knew that you were on to bigger and better things. And And so now as a sophomore, what's been the most exciting points now? We've seen you on TV a few times. Can you talk about some of the most exciting points that you've had so far at UNC, man?
I mean, definitely last year, the Miami game, just because it was my first time really getting some true playing time in, just due to some injuries on some older guys that I was playing behind. But just getting the opportunity to go in and score and kind of replicate some of the stuff I was able to do here in Georgetown. I mean, man, it's at the end of the day, it's still football, so just trying to do my best and ball out in every situation and opportunity that I get.
Well, you know, of course, Bo here under great leadership with Coach Dean and the fellow coaches for so many years. But, you know, in college, from what I understand, the technique is focused on a lot more. Can you talk about that transition from high school to college and what that's been like for you?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's definitely I'd say it's a big knowledge difference or perspective because – I mean, everything in high school and stuff, I mean, it's a lot about effort, and that carries on into college. But one of the biggest difference makers is the knowledge of the game. And you got to definitely know what the heck's going on with the defense, and they expect you to know it, too, as soon as you get there. And so, I mean, that was a big part of that head rush I was talking about earlier, is just trying to learn all these defensive coverages and stuff and try to figure out, like, on the move, whenever you're running a route, trying to figure out, like, what coverages, where the safeties are at and everything. So, I mean, that's definitely been a big change and a big learning curve for me.
Well, and Bo, coming in as a freshman, you know, in high school, everybody's kind of the same as far as the body frames and all that. Then you go into college and you're like, not maybe you, though.
Yeah,
you know, Bo,
no.
You've always been Big Bo to us, man. But, you know, you're going up against some bigger bodies and some things like that. What has the physical toughness been, you know, starting out as a freshman, coming right from high school, and you're playing up against some guys that are seniors at that school? Talk about that, Bo.
Absolutely. I mean, like, I knew right away because just in fall camp last year, I remember I got popped big time, and it was just the first time I think I could really remember. I was just like, wow. Like, okay, so this is college ball. I mean, took a big hit, and it is what it is. I mean, you just got to adjust to the physicality and then just up your own physicality. I mean, you go from playing with, like, the guy. I mean, respect to the guys in high school, man, especially Texas high school football. I mean, everybody's playing their heart outs and stuff, but just playing against some bigger bodies that are really flying around out there, it's definitely a difference, and it takes a little bit to get adjusted to. But once you get used to it, I mean, like I said, it's still football at the end of the day.
Well, here in Georgetown, as you know, I don't have to tell you, and your dad up here, Greg, as well, I don't have to tell him either. We're blessed here in Georgetown to not only have the great leadership that we have through the coaching staff, but the entire school system, our superintendent. Georgetown is always behind their athletes 100% at both Georgetown and Eastview. How does it feel, though, if I'm not mistaken, you know, during your class, a couple of D1 guys, how has that been? You know, a lot of guys go from high school, they don't get to play college ball, so I'm sure that's been exciting for you, man.
Oh, yeah, I mean, it's definitely a blessing, and I mean, I can tell you right now firsthand, I love playing college ball. I'm blessed and grateful that I get to do it, but I mean, I'd do anything to be able to suit back up and play some high school ball because there's nothing like it, especially in Texas and where we're at.
We would enjoy having you right now with your age now out here playing the high school level, man. Well, you know, Caden Leggett left some big shoes as well. You left some big shoes, and now we're seeing guys like Noah Drum continuing to fill those footsteps for all the great things here at Georgetown. And Bo, you, Caden, and the other guys throughout the season have really, throughout the high school seasons, really set a legacy here, something to be admired. And more importantly than anything, even more than athletics, man, we can't tell you how proud of you that we are, not only here at SHN, but all of the fans and all the fun people here in Georgetown. We appreciate you. We continue to pray for you and hope that your college career continues to be successful and that you always are striving to get to that next level because, you know, in basketball, I saw you get to the next level a couple times over the rim, man. So are you playing any pickup basketball, or are you staying away from that
during
stuff,
off season, you can find me on the courts over at Carolina, but during the season, I mean, there's no time for it.
Oh, man. Well, be careful with that basketball because we got to keep you healthy for football.
Absolutely.
Man. So, well, Bo, as we always did every year here, we copied it from Fan Stand, camera right there on you. Now that you're here, I always joke around and say, you're here, so now we got 1.2 million people listening online tonight. Bo, who do you want to send a shout-out to tonight, man?
Man, shout out to God, shout out to SHN, shout out to the football team, shout out to class of 2017, 16, 15, all the guys that I got the opportunity to play with. And then shout out Coach Dean and the rest of the team right now.
Awesome, man. Well, Bo Corrales, God bless you, young man.
Absolutely.
Doing a standout job there at UNC in North Carolina. Had to come down here, though, because of the hurricanes and all that. So our thoughts and prayers, of course, back with those fine people there in the Carolinas. We've got you in prayer tonight, and hopefully everything goes back. Hopefully you guys get to go back to not too much damage, man. So We'll send it back here. Stay with us. Halftime continues. We are about 20 minutes until we get things back under. I'm Rob Hipp with Bo Corrales. We'll be right back. Stay with us. SHN Sports, Georgetown Eagle football continues after this.
Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Knight, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill, slot receiver.
This is Gage Leggett, defensive back, and you're listening to Georgetown Eagle Football on SHN Sports.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
The 2018-2019 Southside Bobcats are led by Junior Sergeant Madeline Solano, Junior Sergeant Kevin Olduna, Junior Lieutenant Jacqueline Sanchez, Junior Lieutenant Maya Garcia, Senior Lieutenant Jenna Urega, and your 2018-2019 Bobcat Colonel, Senior Sitlani Correas. The Bobcat of the week is Junior Sarah Deputy Gutierrez. Your Bobcat cheerleader of the week is Kayla Cunningham. Tonight, the Bobcats are performing a pop routine, the Pregame Black. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We hope you enjoyed this evening's performance. The next after the direction of Julia Alvarado and our spirit administrator, David Summer. The Bobcat cheerleaders under the direction of Lieutenant Olivares. The Southside Bobcat band under the direction of Denise O'Rourke. This is the voice of the Bobcats and Guevara. On behalf of the Southside Bobcats, the Southside Bobcat Independent School District, we'd like to wish our friends from Georgetown the very best of luck this season. Lights out tonight.
Well, you've just enjoyed the sounds of your Georgetown Eagle Marching Band. We'll send it back down to the field as the South San Antonio Marching Band. It's came all the way from San Antonio to be here tonight. For those of you listening, thanks for staying with us. Those of you Also wanted to let you know that this video of the broadcast will be up and online. A video version will be online after midnight, so you'll want to make sure to come back. And real quickly, friends, wanted to remind you, if you haven't already, please go to youtube.com/SHN Sports #1. Again, that's youtube.com/SHN Sports #1, and subscribe to our channel on YouTube. You will receive notifications of when we go live. Never, ever miss a Georgetown Eagle football broadcast and other broadcasts right here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. We'll send it back down to the field now, as it is. Was that the Georgetown band that just played? I believe it was. Galen? Pardon Galen's not in here, so we'll send it back down to the band now. Yeah, it was the visiting band first, so I beg your pardon. So we'll let you enjoy the sights and sounds of the Georgetown Eagle Marching Band.
The Eagle Band will now perform their 2018 Fun Show. This hit track from the best-selling album of all time was the original Eagle Band Fun Show back in 2011. Please enjoy now as the band performs to Michael Jackson's spectacular hit,
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Knight, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill, slot receiver.
This is Gage Leggett, defensive back, and you're listening to Georgetown Eagle Football on SHN Sports.
Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle Football live tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. I'm Rob Hipp, joined alongside my good friend and color analyst, Mr. Michael Francis, here from Georgetown High School. Under 2 minutes before we get things going. Georgetown in this game so far. We'll look at the quick stats here in the first half. First down, South San Antonio 9 to Georgetown's 10. Rushing, 28 carries for 162 for San Antonio. Georgetown, 15 carries for 57. No passing yards for San Antonio, 210 for Georgetown. South San Antonio on the passing tonight, 0 for 1 interception. Georgetown, 14 of 19, no interceptions. Total yards, or total offense, 29 plays, 162 yards, all of them on the ground for San Antonio. 34 plays, 267 for Georgetown. 2 fumbles, 2 recoveries by Georgetown. 1 penalty for 10 yards for San Antonio, 6 for 60 for Georgetown. Georgetown had to punt this one away twice for averaging 34 yards. Martinez for South San Antonio, 12 carries, 43 yards. Augusto, 8 carries for 86. On the flip side for Georgetown, rushing tonight, Xavier Torres, 11 for 45. Rodan has 2 for 15. Jackson Siosin at the helms of the quarterback, 14 of 19 for 210. Noah Drum leads all receivers, 6 catches, 119 yards. Michael, been a busy week here in football. I'll send it over to you for some of those area scores.
It has been a busy week, and we'll start off with the Eastview Patriots dominating, and I do mean dominating, Austin Reagan, 70-14 in that victory. Pflugerville defeats Elgin 40-17. Rouse defeats Pflugerville Weiss 41-13. Westlake takes care of business versus Austin Aiken 67-0. Austin Anderson takes care of business and defeats Del Valley 30-14. Salado defeats Austin Travis 42-0. Leander Glenn 30. Austin McCallum 26. Kind of a surprising score there. Flatonia 34 and Thrall 13. And rounding out the area from last night's action, Schulenburg 38, Luling nothing.
Thank you. Oh, go ahead, Michael.
Well, we're ready to get this second half started. Georgetown just needs to continue what they're doing, minus the penalties.
South San Antonio starts here from right to left. The kickoff tried to go for a little onside, takes a bounce into the hands of Georgetown at the 40-yard line, and on the 7th possession of the night to start the second half, the Eagles and Isaiah Washington there able to recover that one around the 40. But, Michael, starting out, there's a little flag on the field already. Late flag coming there, as Galen Welnicki was telling us.
That could be a personal foul, maybe. Unsportsmanlike conduct, possibly.
Wow, and it is against Georgetown. Those plays have got to stop, Michael. 1 second into the game here in the third quarter, and Georgetown already committing another penalty.
15-yard variety there, Rob. That's definitely not how you want to start the second half. You had excellent field position up at the middle of the field, and now you're sitting back on your own 26-yard line.
So Georgetown, which would have been around their 40 or thereabouts, as you just said, Michael, they'll start here on their own 26, leading 31-12, just underway here for the third quarter at the 9:18 mark on a rainy night in Georgetown, Texas. The temperature in the low 80s, upper 70s here in this third quarter. Seos, an empty backfield over to the left side, has his man, has his receiver wide open across the 50, now angling his way in between the numbers and the hash marks, and finally brought out of bounds near the 30. It was Torres coming alive in the third quarter of action for the Eagles, and the passing game continuing tonight for Georgetown.
Excellent little screen pass out to Xavier Torres down the left field line. left sideline. Pardon me, Bob.
Yeah.
Go with a little baseball reference there. Sorry, folks.
First down and 10. Ball now on the Bobcat 32 on a high snap. Seosin has it. Hands off to his back, and he'll pick up a couple of yards. To the 30-yard line on the left hash mark on that carry, it was Xavier Torres who had that catch moments ago. Noah Drum will line up as a receiver to the left. 2 receivers down to the right is Cahill alongside Corey Coleman. On a 2nd down and 8 from the South San Antonio 30, Seosin shotgun. Has the snap and the late handoff. Torres cuts back over to the left. Now back inside. On top of the numbers he goes down to the 25, and Torres still on his feet. And he'll have it up, a healthy gain on 2nd. It'll be 3rd down and manageable. The Eagles have got to get to the 22 yards from left to right to get that first down.
Torres' field of vision and his ability to cut back is just amazing. I mean, he makes things happen with his feet because he can see so much. Outstanding young man running the ball. Love to watch him. He's exciting.
3rd down and 3 from the San Antonio 25. Snap back, Seosin, hands off again. Torres escapes up tackle, and he's still on his feet, and he'll have the first down at the 20. Torres initially would have been dropped for no gain on the play, but using that frame of his, the small frame, putting together the choo-choo train tonight, baby, and he's got the first down at the 21.
Making things happen with his feet, Rob. Outstanding. He was behind the line when he was initially hit, kept driving with his feet and able to break through.
X putting on the X factor tonight. First down and 10 from the 21, threatening the red zone. Seosin has all day. Passes over, up, touchdown, 21-yard dart right into the hands of the senior Dylan Cahill. Seosin's fantastic night through the air continues for the Eagles.
Wow. He's amazing.
21-yard touchdown dart to Cahill, and Georgetown will line up again to go for 2 here. And now I think they're going to bring out the field goal unit, Michael. We'll wait to see, and they do. So Diaz will set to kick the extra point attempt from 20 yards. Of course, Seosin will hold the snap at the 10 here at the 10:09 mark. Wow, Georgetown, besides the penalties, not much to complain about in this game. High extra point kick over the fence and through the uprights it goes. And the Eagles have a commanding 38-12 lead. Not even 2 minutes gone here in the 3rd quarter, Michael.
Jackson Seosin is putting on a clinic here tonight with his accuracy. Just phenomenal. His receivers getting open and allowing him to hit the window, just phenomenal. But while we're at it, Rob, let's take a moment. Let's talk about the Oak Ridge Disciple House. Josh Harris and Oak Ridge Disciple House. The Oak Ridge Disciple House is a faith-based Christian character-building ministry that helps men age 18 and older overcome substance abuse addiction through a well-planned, structured program. If you or someone you know is struggling to overcome their addiction, the Oak Ridge Disciple House can help. Please visit them online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Thank you to Joshua Harris and the Oak Ridge Disciple House for your generous support of Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports.
Josh would like that. Sound like you're trying to put a little Espanol on his name. Joshua Harris.
Joshua Harris.
Josh, we appreciate you, brother. Also texting us a while ago. Shout out and sounds great from the Harris house in Oak Ridge Ministries. EFND 18, Team EFND. Appreciate you, Josh. From left to right, the kick goes here from Georgetown into the hands of South San Antonio at the 20, between the hash marks, still running on his feet, now angling to the right side on top of the 30, and brought down right on top of the 3 of the 30 there on the right side. It was Steven Cifuentes with the return. He ran a lot, Michael, but only got it up to the 29-yard line.
He's got good speed, but Georgetown covers the field, and they do a great job of tracking him down.
9:59 to go, 3rd quarter. Georgetown leads on their home field 38-12. And on the 7th possession of the night, South San Antonio starts on their own 29. They ran out of time on their 6th possession in that 2nd quarter. Quarterback under center will be Augusto, who's been the storyline tonight. He will keep it here. Still on his feet, dances, plows his way forward in between defenders, and a healthy gain of 7 on first down. He'll have it all the way up to the 37-yard line, Michael. Maybe the 38. They do give him the 38. 8 yards on first down for that young man.
Tell you what, he has relied on that power tackle on the left side all night long, and he's found a gap there. The guy's been doing his job. And he gets through and gets 5 or 6 yards. And, well, he got that 50-yarder on that same play.
Third quarter action brought to you by Todd Hargrove State Farm. We appreciate you, Todd, located right downtown for all your home and commercial insurance needs. State Farm. Here on the carry this time, plows his way forward on the right hash mark on the right side to the 43-yard line. It was Jacob Martinez, this time the fullback with the carry, giving South San Antonio another first down. Matt Leishman from Arizona listening in. Appreciate you, Matt. Missing you up here in the booth. Michael settling in nicely, though. Your name, Matt, is still on the door, actually. We'll have to get that fixed. And in honor and memory of Matt Leishman, appreciate you. Sounding great, EFND, baby. We've got a long text that we'll read at the next timeout. We definitely want to read that. A lot of nice words coming in tonight here. First down and 10 from their own 43 is South San Antonio. The pitch back on the sweep to the right. It is Guillermo Castaneda, and Castaneda will have it near the 50. Another healthy gain in that running game to the 50-yard line by Guillermo Castaneda. Guillermo Castaneda, the running back senior.
Yeah, you're making that Spanish sound like English, Rob.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
My dad grew up in the Valley, so my dad can speak fluent Spanish. I just didn't get those genes,
Tell you
man.
what, it's a good quality to have. I wish I was more fluent in Spanish than what I actually am.
Guillermo Castaneda.
I can speak it well, but not absolutely fluently.
2nd and 3 from the 50. This time on the right side. Another run, and it'll be another first down coming up off the bottom of that pile.
Jack Schneeman on the tackle. I mean, he whipped Augusto around and around and around and finally threw him to the ground.
Sanford out there as a back as well alongside Augusto. This is a drive that started out on their own 29. South San Antonio now in Georgetown territory at the 46. The ball resting on that right hash mark as they move in their white jerseys and blue numbers and blue helmets from right to left here at Birkelbach Stadium in Georgetown. Augusto under center, and he will keep it and tries to backpedal his way forward. Actually, he handed that one off to his back that was behind him, who I just talked about. Yeah. It was
Martinez, number 12.
Yeah, Martinez there with the carry, and he only got one. It'll be 2nd down and a long 9. At the 45-yard line of Georgetown, that ball near the center of the hash marks, a little bit closer to the right side. Rainy conditions here in Georgetown, Texas. Michael, we've been able to work through it and still see through the window. 7:09 to go, third quarter. Eagles lead 38-12, 2nd down and 9. South San Antonio from the Georgetown 45. Augusto is going to keep it, slices through one, fumbles the ball, and his player on the left side luckily able to fall on it. It was Caleb Wilson. Boy, that was the 5th time tonight that South San Antonio has put the ball on the ground. They've lost 4 of them. Luckily, they kept that one and still managed to get a yard out of it, Michael, at the 43-yard line.
That was on Augusto right there because he just tried to do too much, Rob. He was in the grasp and trying to make something happen and put the ball on the turf, and that's the last thing you want to do is give away turnover number 5 to this Georgetown Eagle offense.
6:25 to go, third quarter. Eagles lead 38-12. South San Antonio driving, 3rd down and 7 from the Georgetown 43. Augusto going to keep it here. Tries to go back on the option. Now he's going to be smothered, and he's tackled for a huge loss down to the 42-yard line. It was Nate McMillan, the senior, saying, "You can't get away from me, baby."
He didn't outrun McMillan that time.
Wow, a huge loss and a big-time play for the Blue Storm defense. Somebody told me,
like
don't say big time.
14-yard loss right there, Rob.
Yeah, somebody told me on the broadcast, don't say big time. I'm sorry, but that is a big time play. I don't overuse that word, but there's no other way to describe it.
Right, no, it is what it is. If you call an explosive play on defense, that would have to be an explosive play on defense.
Big time play. You got a billboard in the defensive locker room. Big time plays. The punt's going to go from the 30 here back at Georgetown on a 4th and 21. It does take a roll. Georgetown's going to be able to fill it. It's Leggett, and Leggett stiff arms his way to the right side, out of bounds, angling at the 35. And I believe actually that was Noah Drum, and it was Noah Drum there on that return. So Noah Drum to the 35. It looks like they'll give him a few more yards, Michael, near the 39. And on the 8th possession of the night, Georgetown will look to score again. They scored on their opening drive starting out from their own 26-yard. That was capped off by a 21-yard touchdown pass to Dylan Cahill moments ago, Michael. Todd Hargrove, third quarter. Thank you to Todd Hargrove. I talked about Program Insurance Group, our commercial insurer. Well, Todd Hargrove's been doing my personal stuff for a long time, so check him out on the square. Todd Hargrove, State Farm Insurance, your third quarter sponsor here on Oak Ridge Disciple House, Georgetown Eagle football. 1st and 10, Seosin from his own 37. And he drops the ball. Seosin still able to pick it up, spins around defenders, and he'll be sacked for a loss. That's the second time Georgetown has put it on the ground. They've recovered both of them, Michael.
Yeah, it's a busted play, and Seosin heads up, tries to still make something happen, picks the ball up off the turf, and unfortunately the speed of the Bobcats was able to prevent him from making anything happen.
4:59 to go, third quarter. Georgetown with the lead and the ball, 38-12, driving from left to right, 2nd and 15 from their own 32. Seosin, empty backfield now, passes over to the left into the hands of Cahill, and Cahill in between the numbers and the sidelines will have a healthy catch on second down. He'll bring it up to the 39. It'll be third down and about 8 for Georgetown. Michael, they've got to get to the 47-yard line of their own territory to get that first down. Pretty manageable.
Yes, pretty manageable with the arm of Jackson Seosin tonight.
Jackson earlier 16 of 21 for 273. Third down and 8 from his own 39. One back behind him in a wing. Two receivers to the left and the right. Seosin has time, throws over to the left side, up high and incomplete at the 50. That ball just out of the reach of Cahill. And that'll be a fourth down and another rare punt here for Georgetown tonight.
I think for just an instant, Seosin thought about calling his own number and taking it up the middle. There was an opening there, but it closed down pretty quickly, so he opted to go to Cahill out in the flats.
Elijah Clough set to punt this one away. One back to receive for South San Antonio at his own 30. 4th and 8 from the 39. The punt from around the 25. A low punt, and it will take a drop. And Richard Lopez will just let this one Lopez its way out of the way, if that's a word you can say as a verb. I use last names as verbs all the time.
Yeah,
my last name is Hipp, so somebody was like, the old hip and dip. I don't even know what that means. Anyways, the ball down inside the 30. They'll mark him down there on the dead ball at the 27, Michael.
Maybe it's that old hip bump, bump.
We want to start freestyling tonight up here.
Right, I don't want to set off no Richter scale.
We're having fun tonight, folks. 3:59 to go, third quarter. Georgetown leads 38-12. South San Antonio with the ball. No receiver. Actually, one down to the left. The keeper again here. In fact, it's going to be a handoff to, or actually a new quarterback, Isaiah Rosales in there. Also plays running back, the 5'8 junior, and he'll be stopped for a loss of 1. That play starting out on his own 27. Second down and a long 11 for South San Antonio. Contrary to the first two quarters, Michael, this one running pretty quick here. Nathan made a comment earlier that we were at halftime and it was already after 9 o'clock.
And we hadn't even made it to the third quarter yet.
Well, we made it through a couple of pieces of pizza at halftime and a Dr. Pepper, so.
Right.
And then we still had 15 minutes. I said, that's when halftime it's going slow tonight.
And that was even with an interview with Bo Corrales.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, Big Bo came up here. Second down and 11 from right to left. South San Antonio on their own 26. And I believe that is still Rosales in there at quarterback, under center. He will hand off to his back, finding room. Plowing his way forward is Jacob Martinez. And Martinez, boy, using that 5'5", 160-pound frame as a senior. Doesn't seem like a lot, but he's able to move it forward. It'll be third down and a long 6 here, maybe 5. They've got to get to the, where are we at, Michael? About the 37 to get the first down.
Right. Hell, he's short and stocky. He's got those big legs. He's kind of reminiscent of the longtime Kansas Wildcat, Darren Sproles.
Good analogy. 2:25 to go. Eagles 38, Bobcats 12. Here on a third down and 5 for South San Antonio. Ball resting on their own 32 on the right hash mark. Rosales under center, and he will hand off again to Martinez. Martinez only a gain of a couple on this play. They'll give him a little healthier gain than I thought, Michael, to the 35. So a 3-yard pickup will be 4th down and 2. And you've got to think that they will punt this one away. They are way too far back in their own end zone. Watch out for a fake, though.
Yeah, I wouldn't put anything past him here.
Noah Drum set back to receive for Georgetown at his own 35. And Augusto doing everything tonight, it seems. He'll be the one to punt this one away from just inside the 20 or just outside the 20. A little late confusion here as South San Antonio player comes and gets set there. The ball in between the hash marks, 4th and 2 from the 35. The punt will be from the 25. He's almost blocked. It's going to be a long punt, though, that will take a healthy roll in South San Antonio's favor as it rolls down to around the 22. And it is finally picked up and touched there by Jacob Martinez as a dead ball in Georgetown after their last possession, the 8th of the night, had to punt. Back-to-back punts we are, 9th possession upcoming. We'll keep it right here, Michael.
Well, I tell you what, I got a little humor out of that right there watching Jacob Martinez as he was covering the punt. He's sitting there fanning it as it's going in over in, trying to get it to roll a little bit further. But to no avail.
Hey, inches can make a huge difference in these games, man. I don't know about this one tonight, but
yeah, you got to be careful when you mention that. And
you never know what's going to happen here. On a 1st down and 10,
know.
Georgetown from their own 22. Seosin has a back behind him, 2 receivers to either side. Great protection. Now it breaks apart, and Seosin still on his feet. Wow! Seosin breaks through it across the 25, now to the near side. And Seosin, I thought he went down. He turns a potential sack into a 12 or 13-yard gain. There are 2 players down on the field, but you got to give credit to Action Jackson. Sea to the ocean, baby. We will step aside, take an injury timeout. There is a player for each team down right now at the 106 mark after an incredible run by Jackson Seosin, dodging through defenders, almost sacked, able to get up. We'll step aside, 106 to go. Eagles lead 38-12 here in this Todd Hargrove State Farm Insurance 3rd quarter. Both players able to get back to their feet for Georgetown and South San Antonio. Back in action. Here we are. 106 to go in the 3rd. Georgetown leads 38-12. 1st and 10 from their own. Marked him down at the 32. We've got that one on replay. It'll be fun to go back and watch on the video here. Seosin, one back behind him. He will hand off to that back, and once again, this time, still on his feet, it is X, and the X factor on the right side in between the numbers and the hash will have it to the 35-yard line. The running game for Georgetown coming alive as Lopez there with the tackle. Quickly back in action in the eye, Seosin on a 1st and 10 from the South San Antonio 35. High snap. This time Seosin passes, has the incomplete reach to Dylan Cahill. Cahill stretched out with the right arm there at the 20, just on top of the number. A little overthrown, couldn't haul that one in, Michael. Dead ball, 47 seconds to go.
I think there was a little extracurricular bumping going on number 7, but
we haven't been running our replay system tonight because we've fed into the video replay board here, so you'll be able to go back and enjoy those later. 2nd and 10 on the South San Antonio 35. Seosin punt fakes once, still on his feet, throws it over to the left corner, has his man, and just overthrows the fingertips of Corey Coleman there on the left corner. Man, if he would have only been about a yard closer, Seosin on that pass, that would have been a touchdown.
Yeah, it would have. Excellent route by Corey Coleman.
Isaiah Fillmore, who is our SHN Offensive Player of the Week in Week 1, out there on the field on the right side with Dylan Cahill. The Eagles would go from left to right. 3rd and 10 from the South San Antonio 35. 2 receivers also up to the left. And the South San Antonio in a 4-4 defense. Stepping back is Seosin. Has room. Seosin throws over left side. Diving down. Has his man at the 15. A 1st down for the Georgetown Eagles. It was into the hands of Andrew Denyer. Denyer for some dinner, baby.
Let's eat, baby.
It's time to eat.
Got that plate. We eating, baby. We eating.
We'll call it winner.
Chicken
dinner.
Dinner. There you go.
1st and 10 from the 15 in the red zone. The handoff to X, and the X Factor still tiptoeing his way forward for the first down to the 11-yard gain to the 4. He looked like he was going to be down, Michael, around the 10, and just kind of jolted his way forward and got that first down.
Excellent balance by Xavier Torres to stay up on his feet.
1st and goal from the 4. High snap, and Torres runs his way on the left hash mark, and a touchdown for the X Factor. 4-yard touchdown run. A little run action now after Siosin has been putting on a passing clinic, and the Eagles commanding 44-12 lead with 7 seconds to go in the third.
Well, Georgetown is just starting to wear South San Antonio down. They've taken control of this game, and they've controlled the line of scrimmage for the third quarter.
Siosin holding here. The extra point kick up by Diaz, and it is good. Georgetown 45. The visiting South San Antonio Bobcats 12. Here in this Todd Hargrove third quarter, Todd Hargrove State Farm third quarter that is winding down. Michael, I'll send it over to you to thank some more of our wonderful sponsors.
Well, we'd like to thank Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry sponsors football on SHN Sports, and brought to you in part by Ricky Poe, owner of Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry specializes in custom jewelry, bridal, watches, repairs, appraisals, and are buyers of gold, silver, coins, and more. Georgetown Jewelry since 2013. Drop by the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown or visit them online at georgetownjewelry.com. We'd also like to thank Minuteman Press in Georgetown is a proud sponsor of Georgetown Eagle and Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. For all of your design, printing, and promotional needs, Minuteman Press is your one-stop shop for all of your marketing products and services. Minuteman Press can be found online at www.mmptx.com. Thank you to Ty Gibson and Minuteman Press for your generous support in making these broadcasts possible.
Appreciate you, Ty. Appreciate you, Blake Nicholson. Also, Blake's wife, Valerie, city councilwoman and Boomtown Escape owner, sponsoring Southwestern football. Kick here from left to right to the 25 on the near side, and Stiptos through a defender still on his feet across the 50. A great return there on the left side, tight-roping the sidelines. It was none other than Steven Cifuentes. And it'll be great field position here starting out in Georgetown territory on the own 49. They may mark him at the 50. Michael, want to talk about X-Factor, X-Man Torres, 17 carries, 104 yards on the ground now. Siosin making his statement for SHN Offensive Player of the Week. He's got 18 of 26, no interceptions, 300 yards, baby.
He keeps that up. It'll be more than just the SHN Player of the Week. You're probably looking at other honors in the area for Area Player of the Week.
That'll be the end of the third quarter moments ago as we move into the fourth quarter now. Thank you to Todd Hargrove for being our third quarter sponsor from State Farm. Our fourth quarter sponsor now as we move in here, the Bobby Rogers family. Fourth quarter action brought to you by the Bobby Rogers family, Trey, Amy, and Lindsay. I know you guys are listening in. I got a text from you earlier. Also, if you're interested in any vehicle, give Bobby a call. He can hook you up. I know he's up in the Lubbock area, but he shows up with cars down here all the time. He is the man with the plan. If Bobby can't do it, nobody can. Give him a call. He'll sell you a good car, 806-632-9846. On a first down and 10 from the 49, South San Antonio. Martinez with a carry, and he will be dropped for a loss back there, Michael. Is that correct?
No, he's had a 3-yard
Where's he at?
gain.
Yeah, 3-yard gain. I was about to say they had the marker messed up on me. This drive starting out on the 50. As the action goes from left to right for South San Antonio. Eagles lead 45-12, 11:26 to go. It'll be second down and 7. The ball now resting on the 47-yard line. And this time in the back is Martinez. Martinez powers his way forward for a first down on the left hash mark to the 39. Georgetown having a hard time stopping this powerful running tonight.
Well, Martinez showing his skill as he ran underneath a lot of these tackles. Georgetown tackling up high, and he just runs underneath and able to get the first down.
Again, we appreciate Bobby Rogers. He is the grandfather of Gage Leggett here for Georgetown, the father of Amy, Gage's and Caden's mom, on a 1st down and 10 from the Georgetown 39. Still on his feet, and Georgetown Blue Storm says, I don't think so, baby.
Yeah, they stacked him up, sent him back, and then drove him back even further.
1 yard loss on the play, back to the 40. It'll be 2nd down and 11 for South San Antonio, trailing 45-12 here at the 10:34 mark in the 4th quarter. Michael, wanted to remind friends out there, if you'd like to text us, let us know if you've got a shout-out. We'd love to hear from you. We'll read it over the air. 512-522-9105. One coming in earlier say, first of all, thanks for doing a great job calling the Eagles games. Tonight, no exception. Don Burgess and wife Joy, the proud grandparents of number 37, Taylor Beal, listening from Folsom, California. On a 2nd down and 11 from the 40, the flags fly. The handoff here up the middle to the 34, but there is a flag in the backfield. This may be an offensive holding coming back, Michael.
I think so.
Those grandparents saying they're very proud of Taylor for a number of reasons. His family moved to Georgetown this summer. He's always been a gifted athlete and was also a MLB player in Yakima, Washington. We'll keep in touch. He is very excited. Go Blue. Hope to be able to see him play in person soon, and hope to meet you all as well. Thanks for the superb job, Don and Joy Burgess. I know that was a long one. I wanted to read it because Taylor Bill was our SHN Sports Defensive Player of the Week last week.
He's just an outstanding defensive player. He plays all over the field. He plays with passion, and he plays heads up. Smart defensive player.
9:46 to go, 2nd down and 16. The ball on the Georgetown 45 for South San Antonio. The pitch back to Caleb Wilson, and Wilson finds some daylight as he's on that left side near the sidelines. He'll stay in bounds. And a healthy gain there, Michael. He will bring the ball all the way up to the 32-yard line of the Georgetown Eagles there on that right side, or left side, beg your pardon. Well, we've got to turn around and pack up and hit the road tomorrow before 10 a.m. as we head to Marshall, Texas. Southwestern Pirates in their 3rd game of the season, 2nd game in the American Southwest Conference, as they will take on East Texas Baptist University. That game on SHN Sports at 6 o'clock tomorrow night. 9 o'clock. 9 minutes to go here. 3rd down and 3 from the Georgetown 32, with the ball now angling to the right side near the hash marks and out of bounds almost. The ball carrier was Ivan Sanford, and he has another South San Antonio Bobcat 1st down. Has that ball all the way up, Michael, to where they mark him out, about the 23?
Mm-hmm. Looks like about like that.
Quarterback change here coming back onto the field is Isaiah Rosales, the 5'8 junior, 145-pounder. Actually, he's going to go out and play receiver now over on the left side. So one receiver to the left, one to the right on a 1st down and 10. The ball on the 23. And here a little misdirection handoff on the left side. Still spinning through a tackle is Nahum Wilson. And Wilson in the backfield still on his feet, Michael, as he goes from the left now to the right. And he'll finally be plowed down after running back and forth along the same line for about 30 yards. He only picks up a couple on the play. It was Jack Sheenman there on the tackle. He just went the wrong way. If he could have went straight ahead, that would have been a touchdown, Michael.
Right. He got a lot of exercise on that play, Rob.
9th possession for South San Antonio. Started this drive on their own 50, now threatening the red zone of the Eagles on the 22-yard line. 7:57 on the clock and ticking here in this ball game. Georgetown with a healthy lead, 45-12, but South San Antonio trying to hold on to some pride here and play. Quarterback under center, man in motion up and down. It's a handoff to that man is Wilson to the left, and Wilson still darting through defenders, lowers his shoulder, and he'll be down inside the 8 as he angled his way out of bounds on the left side. That'll stop the clock at 7:35.
I guess the question is, where has he been the whole game? On the past 2 carries, he's probably got close to 25 yards or more.
First and goal from the 8-yard line.
Even with the inclement weather, we have a pretty decent crowd here tonight.
Handoff trying to go up the middle, and only a gain of 1 on the play. It'll be second down and goal from the 7. South San Antonio, the clock running here, 7:17 to go. Play clock at 26 seconds, game clock at 7:10 and ticking. The rain gracefully dripping down the angled windows here in the press box. We're on the 40-yard line up here on the left side as the action goes from left to right. So our vantage point is where you're now kind of angling to the right, Michael, if you will. Second down and goal from the 7. Pitch back, sweep over to the right side, and all alone and no touches going in for the 7-yard touchdown run. Ivan Sanford for South San Antonio. He wasn't even touched on that play.
Well, that's not the first time that's happened tonight, but they make use of the outside angles. Their sweeps work to the outside have netted them the most yardage. And picking up sporadic yardage from time to time up the middle, but not very often. That defensive front for Georgetown has been outstanding.
That score coming at the 6:46 mark here on the 9th possession for South San Antonio. A drive that started on their own 50. Set to kick the extra point here is Jose Crispin, the junior, 130-pounder. And instead, he will go for it here on 2. Upended at the 4. The 2-point conversion no good. I don't know if he really meant to go for that, did he, Michael?
No, he didn't. He bobbled the snap.
A little bobble of the snap there. That's been a problem all night. You know the rain is playing a factor in that one. And the 2-point conversion is no good. And at the 6:46 mark here in the Bobby Rogers family fourth quarter, the Eagles lead 45-18. Michael, they'll get the ball back here for their 10th possession. Expect Georgetown to really start running the clock away here.
Yep, I expect that they will start trying to wind things down. But we want to recognize Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair supports Georgetown and Eastview Patriot football in Georgetown. For general maintenance and automotive repairs performed by ASC-certified techs, drop by Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair next to Mel's Lone Star Lanes. You can visit them online at georgetownautorepair.com. Thank you, Joe Bob, with Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair for your generous support of high school football in Georgetown.
Got to tell you, I know Joe personally. I love these sponsors, Michael, because I can say it with confidence. I know all these guys personally. I consider them all friends. Joe and his team do fabulous work over there at Georgetown Interstate. Hey, you know what? Here's an idea. You need an oil change, especially ladies out there. You need an oil change? Take your car there, go do some bowling over at Mel's, then come back and get your car. You can walk right there, get a little exercise, and get an oil change. Can't go wrong, man. Thank you, Joe Bob. We appreciate you. 6:46 to go as South San Antonio will kick this one away from left to right in between the marks at the 40. Total leather here as Crispin lets this one fly off the right foot, angles over to the left and fielded at the 21 by Georgetown across the G logo. Now at the 25, coming back over on the left side across the 30 and finally drugged down around the 32. It was Torres there on the return for Georgetown, and he gingerly gets up, man. He may have bummed his ankle a little bit there and luckily able to run it off there, Michael.
Well, let's hope it's nothing too serious.
Hey, brother, wanted to mention David England and the Georgetown Fire Department band listening in. We thank you, Georgetown Fire Department. Thank you for going down or up to Colorado in honor of those fallen. Awesome guys at Georgetown Fire Department. Thank you, David, for all you do, partner.
Yeah, he shared with us today that over 200 of fallen were added to the memorial.
Georgetown will start this drive on their own 31 at the 6:38 mark. The handoff over to the back who just checked in for Georgetown is Amias Dar. We'll get that in a minute. I apologize, folks. And he will have a healthy gain of about 6, though. And he stays in bounds. The clock will run as he was tackled. It'll be second down and 4 for Georgetown on their own 37. Ramos in now at quarterback. So Siosin done for the night. Jacob Ramos in as quarterback. We've talked to his dad out there some of the tailgates. He'll have it 2nd and 4 from his own 37. South San Antonio showed blitz, and that caused Georgetown to flinch a little bit, and that'll set them back 5 for a 2nd down and 9. That'll move them all the way back to their 32.
Now that's their first false start penalty of the night, which is a big difference from last week.
Second down and 9 from their own 32 for Ramos. And he will hand off to his back, lowers his shoulder, spins around, tries to get near the 40, and finally plowed back as he got on that left side hash mark there, Michael, on the carry for Georgetown. The ball carrier, once again.
Star.
It was Amia Star.
Yeah, I'm kind of inclined to believe it's Amias. Unless it's Amias or, like you said, Amias, but
we apologize.
To go with Amias.
Apologize to the Dar family. We will get that in correction. Normally we go through, especially our own team, man. We're in the 3rd game. We'll get it corrected by next week. 3rd down and a short 2. Ball on their own 39 at the 5-12 mark. Eagles lead 45-18. Pressure again, and this time South San Antonio slams down Dar in the backfield. It'll be 4th down and long. It was LaMarco Ross on the play with the defensive stop.
LaMarco
Ross.
It's fun to say.
Yeah, it's very fun to say.
LaMarco.
4:50 clock counting. Thank you to all the fans in South San Antonio joining us. We also had another text come in from Zane Haas family. Talked to Zane's mom yesterday. Zane Haas family from Deer Park, Texas. Thanks for joining us here on SHN. 4th and 6 from the 35. The punt from Clough will happen at the 20. Snap back. Clough gets this one off. It is a short punt. It'll come over to the left side and go out of bounds around the 36-yard line. We'll see where the official spot is. And the official's eye was better than, wow, it's going to be way better than mine. He gives it to him at the 41. A little healthy extra Campbell soup on that play.
Yeah, I was thinking it was around the 38, but he gave him another 3 yards.
That was the 4th punt, I believe, of Georgetown tonight, coming on their 10th possession. San Antonio will start with the ball in decent field position on their own 41, trailing 45-18 here at the 4:24 mark.
I'm seeing a lot of defensive substitutions out here, Rob.
Quarterback under center, one Lone Ranger receiver up to the left. Man in motion back. It's a sweep to that man in motion on the left side into the hands of Robert Gamez. And Gamez still on his feet, tight-roping the sidelines. He's finally brought out of bounds on the 30 of the Georgetown Eagles. The running game, the points won't show it, Michael, but they have had a solid running game. The South San Antonio team, no passing, but of course their running game has been good tonight.
Yeah, it's been solid.
Just can't compete with Jackson Siosen and his quarterback skills tonight. It has been unbelievable. 300 yards. Well, the official numbers at the end.
When you have more than one dimension in your game, it really helps out a whole lot. And
1st down and 10 from the Eagle 38. This time a pitch back to the sweep on the left side. Now to the right side, still coming around across the 20 and drug out of bounds. On the carry there was number 31, Oscar Rocha, the 5'7" junior.
Say that 5 times real fast.
A lot of good guys down there in San Antonio, good kids, and that's my favorite city, man. And when I heard that we were playing South San Antonio this season and next, I got excited. I love San Antonio, love the landscape, and most importantly, Michael, I'm going to be honest, I love the people of San Antonio. Great, hard-working folks down there.
Great people. I worked in San Antonio for about 6 months doing a restaurant down there and got to live in San Antonio. I loved it. I thought it was a great place.
45-18 the score. The Eagles a commanding lead at the 3:43 mark, and the first timeout of the second half called here will go to South San Antonio. We'll step aside and take a timeout as well. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle football on the SHNSports.com broadcast network will continue. Matt, this one's for you after this.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
Back in action here from Georgetown High School. Rob Hipp alongside Michael Francis. 3:41 to go. South San Antonio with the ball in the Georgetown red zone at the 18 on the right side hash mark. Under center, the handoff to the back there, plowing his way forward for just, they're going to give him a few yards, maybe 4 on the carry there by Chris Lopez Jr. And Lopez Jr. giving his team some little fresh air here down to the 15. They're going to try to score and punch this one in and have some pride here as they go in, Michael. And why wouldn't you, Your team has played hard, but Georgetown has just been too much on offense tonight.
Well, they've done something that no other team has been able to do so far this season, and that's put 3 touchdowns in one game against the Blue Storm defense.
Well, coming into this game here on a 2nd down and 7 from the 15, handoff over to the left side and rolling around, somersaulting his way inside the 10 for South San Antonio was Guillermo Castaneda, and Castaneda will have a first down. It'll be 1st down and goal now for South San Antonio. They moved that ball. Michael, I think they positioned it at the 7 is where they spotted it. So 1st down and goal from the 7. $93 points in 3 games for this Georgetown Eagle offense. Michael, the first 2 games, the Eagles offense putting up 48 points. Tonight, 45. You add those together, you're at 93. You're over 30 points a game. That's pretty impressive to start the season for Georgetown.
Well, it really is, especially against quality programs. Take on 2 Class 6A teams and a new 5A team that was a perennial power in the 4A classification.
Talking about Wiley up there in Abilene. 1st down and goal from the 7 on the left hash mark. South San Antonio trails 45-18. And a carry here in the Blue Storm will push him back. He does get forward progress up to the 4 or 5. It is William Uriegas. Uriegas to the 4-yard line. 2nd down and goal now from the 4. The clock ticking. Approaching 2 minutes here for South San Antonio.
Well, I will tell you this, Rob. They have spread the wealth around tonight. There's multiple running backs that have touched the ball for the South San Antonio Bobcats.
2nd and goal. Sweep back over to the left side. Running his way, diving forward. And he will be brought down just inside the goal line. The ball carrier there, I believe, was Wilson.
I think it may be number 31. I was trying to verify, but
if it is, that's Sorocha. Oh, Martinez is out there. No, it's 21, Wilson. So Wilson is out there as a back alongside Jacob Martinez for South San Antonio. The clock at 1:13 and ticking. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Can the Blue Storm hold? So far tonight, the red zone has been effective for South San Antonio besides a fumble or 2, Michael. On the keeper, pushing forward, and he's in for the touchdown, a 1-yard touchdown. Quarterback keeper by Rosales. Well, the defense, they don't want to give up a lot of scores. But, again, you're playing a quality running team out of South San Antonio in 6A. Just my thoughts, still nothing to be ashamed about other than penalties tonight, Michael.
Right. Had there not been penalties, those holding penalties, the score may be a little more lopsided than what it is right now. Especially as effective as the Eagle offense has been all night long.
Point after up and good by Crispin. Boy, diving in and almost making a block there for Georgetown was Nate McMillan. He was just off the fingertips of getting a block there on the extra point. You talk about an Eagle team who's clearly going to come away with the victory, but still playing on the defense out there and on special teams, almost able to block that extra point attempt, Michael.
Right, still going after it, still being athletic. We want to take this opportunity to thank Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry sponsors football, and SHN is brought to you in part by Ricky Poe, owner of Georgetown Jewelry. Georgetown Jewelry specializes in custom jewelry, bridal, watches, repairs, appraisals, and are buyers of gold, silver, coins, and more. Georgetown Jewelry since 2013. Drop by the Williamsburg Village Shopping Center in Georgetown or visit them online at georgetownjewelry.com. We'd also like to take this opportunity to thank Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair. Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair supports Georgetown Eagle and Eastview Patriot football in Georgetown. For general maintenance and automotive repairs performed by ASC certified techs, drop by Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair next to Mail's Lone Star Lanes. You can visit them online at georgetownautorepair.com. Thank you, Joe Bob, with Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Auto Repair, for your generous support of high school football in Georgetown.
Thank you, Joe Bob. Thank you to all the sponsors. A special thanks to our presenting sponsor, Georgetown Eagle football, presented by the Oak Ridge Disciple House. 1 minute to go. The kick from South San Antonio from left to right as the windows up here starting to fog up now, and Georgetown will fair catch this one inside the 10. That'll move the ball up to the 25-yard line. Michael, we've got another sponsor. I'll send it over to you, partner.
We'd like to thank Minuteman Press. Minuteman Press in Georgetown is a proud supporter of Georgetown Eagle and Eastview Patriot football on SHN Sports. For all of your design, printing, and promotional needs, Minuteman Press is your one-stop shop for all of your marketing products and services. Minuteman Press can be found online at www.mmptx.com. Thank you to Ty Gibson and Minuteman Press for your generous support in helping make these broadcasts possible.
Appreciate all of our sponsors. Georgetown Eagle football presented by Oak Ridge Disciple House, helping men 18 and older overcome drug and alcohol abuse addiction. We appreciate you, Joshua Harris. Here on a 1st down and 10 from their own 25, Georgetown will hand off up the middle. Of course, the quarterback still in there for Georgetown is Ramos, and he hands off up the middle to Dar, and Dar will pick up no gain. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Oak Ridge Disciple House, wanted to mention online at oakridgedisciplehouse.com. Also, a special thank you to our 4th quarter sponsor, the Bobby Rogers family. We appreciate you, Bobby. Thank you for all that you do. If any of you are out there looking for a vehicle, used or new, call Bobby, 806-632-9846. 2nd down and 10 from their own 25 from right to left as Ramos will hand off. And is this Dar again or Rodan? We're waiting to see there. It was Dar, and Dar will have an 11-yard gain on 2nd down all the way up to the Georgetown 36. And the time will run, and Michael, that should be the game. And that is the game.
That's
as
it.
It winds down. 5 ticks on the clock. Georgetown victorious tonight, 45-25, a 20-point win for the Georgetown Eagles. I can easily say that Jackson Siosin will be our Georgetown Eagle Offensive Player of the Week. We'll talk over the defense in between breaks. Don't go anywhere, folks. Georgetown Eagle football post-game presented by the Oak Ridge Disciple House will start in just a few moments here live from Georgetown Birkelbach Field. Rob Hipp, Michael Francis will be right back. Stay with us. We'll talk more in just a minute.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Neich, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill, slot receiver.
This is Gage Leggett, defensive back, and you're listening to Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas Movement, to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
Welcome back to Georgetown Eagle postgame here on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Rob Hipp alongside my good friend and color analyst, Mr. Michael Francis. Michael, we saw another offensive explosion by Georgetown, if you will. We've actually been waiting to see one all season. We saw it tonight. Siosin over 300 yards. We'll have the official stats and more, but the Eagles victorious tonight here in the third game of the season on their home field right here in Georgetown at Birkelbach, 45-25 over the visiting South San Antonio Bobcats. Michael, the penalties, another big one for Georgetown, though. The score could be a lot different.
It really could be. It could be more lopsided than what it is right now had those penalties not taken place. You know, the good things that we saw from Georgetown tonight was a complete game. It was a complete package.
Well, you talked about the different options, and you called it the dynamics of the team, or I believe is what you said.
Right.
Diversity, the dynamics, however you want to look at it. Georgetown had multiple answers in multiple ways tonight. Just wasn't one assault. And credit to South San Antonio for coming in here and showing a good running game, but Georgetown just too much. And it really does show, though, that it's very – I'm trying to find the right word here, but it's not very common that you can have a one-dimensional game. That's what you were saying,
right.
Multi-dimension.
Yeah. It's
not very common that you can have a or one-dimensional game and expect to win as the season goes on. Now, you know, we know there's guys down in Liberty Hill that have done that in the years past and been very successful for it, but that's just not every day, and you got to have multi-dimension in high school football.
Right, especially playing at this level. And you got teams that are going to focus in on these backs. Later on in the season, you're probably going to see kids that are on the sidelines because of injuries, because they're just pounding, and just taking a bruising because you're not breaking the game up. You're not opening the run up with the passing game. And so people are keying in on you, and they're shutting you down. And they're penalizing you for it by being physical.
Well, Michael, as we talk, and again, we'll have stats here in just a few moments. Galen Welnicki wrapping those up for us. We appreciate the fine work of Galen and all the good things that he does. Penalties tonight, Georgetown, you got to wonder what is their mental focus now as they go into the bye week and then play that very tough Stephenville team coming out here after that, Michael.
Right. The bye week to me, and in my experience, has always kind of been a let-down week, and it's something I've never really cared for. It is a good opportunity, if you got some injuries, to give them a time to heal. But sometimes it just ruins your momentum and just breaks the rhythm that you've had, and you got to kind of start over a little bit. So bye weeks are not always been my favorite.
Well, right now, the latest score that we have is Stephenville leading Wiley 41-28. Stephenville scoreless in the first. They put up 20 in the second quarter, 15 in the third, and 6 in the fourth. Wiley has scored a touchdown and an extra point kick every single quarter. It's 7 apiece. That's where we sit right now, 41-28. That may go final right now, showing 7 minutes left in that game. As we look ahead to Stephenville, that game is going to be coming up on the 28th of September, of course, after the bye week. Wiley started out at Argyle High School. They lost, or beg your pardon, Stephenville started out at Argyle High School. They lost that game 45-35, but then turned things around dramatically against a very tough Everman team. They won that game 41-16. So the early signs here is that Stephenville is a team that's got a pretty high-powered Yellow Jackets offense, and I think that's what we're going to see, and it's going to be a good matchup for Georgetown in those two. So, Michael, again, as we shift gears here and finally break this one down, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Rob Hipp here alongside my good friend Michael Francis. Those of you still on the stream, of course, audio only right now, but later you'll be able to see our smiling faces on video after midnight tonight. Michael, let's quickly break this one down here. Stats provided by Galen Welnicki, part of our SHN family. We appreciate Galen and all the fine work that he does for us, helping to bring a dynamic broadcast with multi-dimensions here on SHN Sports. Tonight, first down, South San Antonio 17, Georgetown for 20. South San Antonio carried the ball 54 times for 294, and then Georgetown 28 carries for 140. For passing, no passes again tonight in the passing game for South San Antonio. Georgetown, an even 300. So that is right where Siosin finished up tonight. 0 for 1 in the passing game for South San Antonio. That only lone pass was a interception by the Eagles. Seosin goes 18 of 26. Did he throw an interception?
No.
So there was one.
Absolutely
Yeah,
not.
he's 18 of 26 of no interceptions. Total offense, 55 plays, 294 for South San Antonio. Georgetown, though, looking powerful on that offensive end. 54 total plays, 440 yards. The warranty company, again, going to have to come out here tonight and take a look at that field afterwards. They may have to file a claim again tonight. Fumbles, 3 of them on the ground, or 4 for South San Antonio. They lost 3 of them. They did have that one interception. Georgetown put 2 on the ground. They recovered both of them. We expected fumbles tonight in the rain. Georgetown doing a good job, though, holding on to the ball and not giving it up. 2 penalties, 15 yards for South San Antonio. Georgetown, again, though, 7 penalties, 75 yards. They've got to clean that part up. 2 punts for South San Antonio, 4 for Georgetown. And we talk about a running back, Martinez, going 19 carries for 68, and Augusto 12 carries for 88. Of course, one of those carries, that big 80-yard touchdown run, or 50-yard touchdown run to make up 30 of those 50 of those 88 yards. Torres, though, 17 carries, 104 yards. Seosin, again, 18 of 26, and even 300 on the night. Noah Drum, 8 carries, 114 yards. Cahill, 5 for 71, Galen. And Torres, 2 receptions for 50. So, you know, you're kind of split between Drum and Seosin tonight. The players got to go to Jackson Seosin. On defense, it's kind of up in the air, you know. Maybe do you pick the gentleman who had the interception? It's kind of – we're going to have to go back and look at that before we can make an official announcement on that.
That was, if I remember correctly, it was Elijah Clough.
Mm-hmm.
But you also had several that made fumble recoveries.
Exactly.
At the defensive line. So do you look at Tyler Knowles and Mason for those spots, you know, because they're plugging those holes, they're making things happen, they're knocking the balls out of their hands. Defensively, Georgetown has done what they've done all season long, and that is dominate the line of scrimmage.
And if we go back here quickly, as I just look over some of my game notes, the offense now for Georgetown in these early 3 games, 93 points, 48 of those points coming, of course, here tonight. And then you talk about 45 of those points coming here tonight. They put up 48 in the first 2 games. So 45 of those 45 of those 93 coming here tonight. Defense, they've allowed 32 points. You played some competitive teams. I know the defense, though, really wants to try to hammer things in. The scoreboard a little misleading tonight. If you look at it from that way, you think, man, they kind of let the game kind of slip a little bit, but not really. Georgetown still coming ahead by 20 points. As we go back and look at a few things, it does put some question marks now, though. We've seen some high-powered offense of Georgetown. We've been expecting an explosive Georgetown team. We saw parts of that here tonight. What will we see against Stephenville, Michael? I'm asking you as the Houdini up here tonight.
Well, you got to look at a balanced game. In order to open one up, you've got to make the other work. And Jackson Seosin is in a rhythm right now, and if he can carry that through and get the assistance of the receiving core like he did tonight, there's no telling what can happen. Xavier Torres, you've seen what he can do. Just a dynamo using that 5'9" frame, the field of vision, being able to cut and make moves and make people miss him, and he scored twice, rushing the ball into the end zone.
Well, he's done that all season so far in these 3 games. It was good to see R.J. Moreno. You talk about Seosin and his rhythm tonight. That young man needs to go home tonight listening to that song. This is the rhythm of the night. Oh, yeah. Come on, Michael. We won't do that tonight, guys. But anyways, Michael, final thoughts here before we close it down tonight.
Oh, Rob, it's just been phenomenal to watch this Georgetown team evolve over the course of the season so far. You know, we saw them against Wiley. They struggled through the first inning, struggled actually to the half. And then the second half they came out, dominated. You saw last week versus Waco High. They caused a lot of their own problems, had multiple penalties that set them back, and they never could get their offensive on rhythm. Missed passes. You see them come alive tonight in the offense that you expect them to see from Coach Dean and the Georgetown Eagles.
Well, Michael, as always, we appreciate everyone that helped make these broadcasts possible. I know I'm kind of reaching around back here, friends, for those that'll see the video later. I do want to go ahead and just one final time run through those sponsors. Joshua Harris with the Oak Ridge Disciple House, our season presenting sponsor. Thank you, Joshua, and all the great work that you do. Also wanted to thank the Ricky Poe with Georgetown Jewelry, Ty Gibson from Minuteman Press, Joe Bob from Georgetown Interstate Transmission and Automotive Repair, Doug Groves with the Program Insurance Group, Boomtown Escapes. They will be sponsoring more games as time goes on. We appreciate Val Nicholson. Trennis Jones, the Positive Coaching Alliance, says, that is our SHN commitment to community. We don't charge for that spot. We always want to give back to nonprofits who are making a difference. Trennis Jones and Positive Coaching Alliance doing that in Central Texas. Our quarter sponsors, first quarter, Kristen Miller from eteachingme.com, Chris Courtney Home Inspections, Todd Hargrove of Todd Hargrove State Farm, and last but definitely not least, Mr. Bobby Rogers of the Bobby Rogers family. We love you guys. All of you out there, the sponsors, thank you so much for making we do what we do because of you. That isn't good grammar, but I'll just say it anyways, man.
Well, Michael, we can't do it without you.
That's right. We can't do what we do without you. Well, Michael, as we sign off here, it's been fun. Maybe we'll see you another game. I know that coming on once district play starts, Kelly Duvall will step into your role. I appreciate you being here these first 3 games. Definitely welcome back anytime, brother. I'm sure we can use your help, and it's been fun. You've helped make this a dynamic broadcast as always. On behalf of everyone at SHN Sports, off tonight, David England. I want to give a special thanks to Joshua Harris as well, who wasn't here with us tonight, Nathan Hite behind the scenes, as well as Galen Welnicki, our statistician, Michael Francis. I'm Rob Hipp. Thank you for joining us for another night of Georgetown Eagle football on the SHNSports.com broadcast network. Remember, friends, as I end every broadcast, we're not strong enough alone to make it on our own. Provide a word of encouragement, lend a hand of support. Somebody out there tonight needs you. Until next time, we will see you. God bless you. We love you guys so much. We appreciate you. Thanks for your support. Thanks for giving back to the community. Thanks for helping out the kids here as well. Your happy final score from Birkelbach here tonight, Georgetown 45, South San Antonio 25. Good night from Georgetown, Texas. We'll see you tomorrow on the road, Southwestern University. Join us at 6 o'clock, and then we'll have a week off. Then we'll be in Stephenville for Georgetown. Good night, and God bless everyone.
Have you seen the culture around youth sports lately? The short-sighted, sometimes ugly win-at-all-cost attitude has driven many kids away from wanting to participate. At Positive Coaching Alliance Central Texas, we believe that sports is an amazing way for kids to learn crucial life lessons, how to react to winning, coping with disappointment, and improving through effort. Come join PCA, Central Texas movement to create a healthy sports environment. Visit pca-centraltx.org.
This is Taco Williams, defensive back.
This is RJ Moreno, running back.
This is Noah Drum, wide receiver.
This is Mason Meyer, defensive end.
This is Johnny Knight, defensive back.
This is Dylan Cahill, slot receiver.
This is Gage Leggett, defensive back, and you're listening to Georgetown Eagle football on SHN Sports.